Kenny.
Oh, yeah!
I'm not going to kill myself.
You don't have to.
Do what I do and just like say shit that's funny and then hope it's right.
Well, I don't remember a thing that happened. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been a hot
It's been a
minute.
while.
And the
I'm
notes.
gonna kill you.
This is the one session I didn't take notes
Dreamlessly.
for.
I just
So we did that.
remember that
Oh, yeah, I had my notes.
my dream thing happened last
Indeed.
time. And that was
We got a map.
We did.
Who has the
I
map?
have it. It's right here. I'm the man.
Also, we have. Oh, we're bonded. We
Yes.
we have
Yeah.
to like.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
what it is?
We were bonded.
We're best buddies
Yeah,
now.
we just got back from seeing Mr. Man strung up
Yeah.
by piano wires.
Okay.
Mr.
Mr. Man.
Man,
Manfred Man, do-wah diddy.
Mr. Man.
No wait, no. This was.
Yeah.
That was 2 sessions
and-
ago, my friend.
Oh.
Didn't we just get back? That was
No,
from
we-
session 3.
No, we killed someone, I think.
I can do the recap if none of you.
We killed the wizard guy!
And no one gets
No,
inspiration.
We don't have a lot of notes.
I got goose handled.
You did.
We got gifts from Delphinium.
Yes.
Yes.
That's about
Correct.
We have a sending stone and we
It's
have
about most
the
of what we have in
runes,
here.
Like
They used to call me on my sending
study
stone.
ability.
They got a sending
Yeah.
stone.
Yeah.
I got a bloodletting kit and a lot of stars.
Oh right, you're a vampire. I forgot.
Oh yeah! That was important information like
Sorry.
5 sessions
A
ago.
copy of her thesis.
I would change it.
Right?
I didn't know that one.
I'm a goose.
What?
I'm a
Silly
cat.
gooses.
I
On
can't
the way
see.
to
I got
Stillshire.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Right. I learned that drawing is what I like to do.
Okay.
So I'm that 20.
I can give you pointers on that.
And then all I have left is just chest drawer box.
This is what we were talking about in class.
Chest drawer box.
I will give you the point of inspiration if you can tell me the name of the guy you fought.
This might be the only thing I remember. You got this, Ken.
Even I don't remember
I
that.
I
right
said
name,
it.
yeah?
Yes, but
Okay.
not for the right guy.
Oh.
The guy we
No!
fought. The one we fought, you said.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember his name now.
I also do.
I
It starts with A.
Don't give him help.
It starts with an
Let it
A?
suffer.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
If I'm remembering the right name.
Oh no.
You.
It.
Oh God.
It's
I
been
don't
like
remember.
a full month.
It's been like 2 months since
It
we last
has.
played.
It's been a very long
Oh
time.
fuck right.
We played last played in like February.
Yeah. This is why.
You got this fine shit.
No, that was in session 3. You misled me because at the end of session 2, Virali gets caught, and then in session 3 we go off. Virali gets caught
Virali
dragging
catches
in
us.
Delphinium. That's what happened at the end of
Yeah.
session 2. So in 3 was the harp strings,
Yes.
Yes.
right?
4 we.
So yeah,
mentioned
and
the
4 we
cat
just
boy.
came back from that.
Yeah.
So
And
you
then
were being
did
mean to
something
me.
else.
We did something. I don't remember what that was.
Can you tell me what his name was?
It was a guy.
It was the guy.
Okay.
Obviously, his name is Mr. Man.
Monsieur
Wait a
Man!
second. I don't know who to give inspiration to because this was such a clusterfuck.
If
I
say the name
remember
that I
that
did.
thing.
It's been so long,
We
man.
didn't do the recap, but I'll give you.
Can we
I
get
don't know
like?
what to.
Can we have like 0.5 inspiration for everyone around the
You
table?
could just deny
get
me
a die to add or
inspiration.
something.
I'll let you.
We get an extra D4 instead of a D20.
Yeah, I'll let you pick a role to give yourself guidance on. You can add a D4.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Let's
Leo,
do
what was
that.
the name of the man you fought?
Ulrich, correct?
Yes.
That's spelled with an A?
Yes.
Ulrich
A-L-R-I-C.
I thought it was
I
Ulrich.
thought we were talking about the guy who got strung up.
No, different guy.
That's what I thought you were asking me.
No,
We
I know
didn't
about
fight him.
Ulrich.
that
I know about Ulrich.
Sure,
Guys, the
Ulrich.
same
No,
thing.
that's
That's why I know
right.
his name.
I know him.
I know that one.
guy. You're telling me that you honestly believed that you fought the guy that was hung up on harp strings.
No!
I asked you who
you
you
was
fought
trying
last session.
Who you fought?
You don't let this. It just confirms my hypothesis that everything I say to you just goes out.
I was thinking about. I was trying to get from the start of the recap, but you were at the end, and we met in the middle.
There was.
Alright.
It's not the end. It was 90% of the. Okay.
Alright.
Ladies, gentlemen, and days.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
You
gang.
both get a D4 to add to a roll of your choice.
Dude, that sounds like inspiration to me.
Okay.
Okay. Holy shit.
Don't you just love us?
We're so good at what we do.
How's it gone scrolling today? Alright, that's fine.
Okay.
Anymore.
Last we left off,
That's about right.
you had all defeated Alaric Helmore in his tower, for the most part. You decided to keep him alive and bring him back to the Silver Vows for questioning. First, you chose to make a stop at the Satan's Sanctum for some answers. And after another day or so of travel, you managed to make it there without much fuss from your hostage. Have you all been interacting at all with Alaric during this time? And if so, how have you been interacting?
Oh fuck, we took him with us.
That's right.
He's alive.
That's the
Remember that?
job.
Do you want me to restate the plan that you all had?
I remember.
I remember it.
cool.
Good, glad you remember.
Oh, that's great.
Satan's Sanctum, we drop him off at Silverbrow, and then we gotta figure out where we go.
We just left Satan's Sanctum, so we're heading to.
You did not
No, we're
leave
just
Satan's
getting
Sanctum.
into the
That's where you were
Satan's
going.
Sanctum.
That's
Well,
where
We
Delphinium and
were
Verali are.
walking back.
Well, I thought that's where we got the gifts from.
Yes.
And then we were.
Yeah,
on
we
the
were
way
dipping.
back.
No, we were at his tower,
You
we
started
captured
there.
him.
You
Yes.
talked to Delphinium from Verali, and then you decided to go to Alaric's tower to confront him there, and
Yes.
that you are now heading back to the Sanctum.
We never
Okay,
actually
yeah,
got
yeah, never.
back to that.
I
We
don't-
ended right when we
Okay.
got into the city.
Whatever y'all was saying, I don't remember a thing.
The more I talk, the more I make. The brain might just go, poof. I remember.
I remember when.
Have you all been interacting with Alaric at all during this time? And if so, how?
Not unless
Probably
we
not.
interact first.
Yeah,
Not for now.
Yeah.
probably
Maybe
not.
later.
Just get it over with.
Yeah. As you guys journey on towards the Sanctum again, Alaric is very quiet. You would sort of anticipate from a hostage situation a little more upset, but he doesn't speak much. Have you been feeding him at all? Have you
Oh, yeah.
ensured his... Okay.
Yeah.
He's alive.
He'll take what he's given, but he doesn't speak at all. He doesn't seem to want to interact with any of you very much.
Saltines and
But it's not
water.
out of bitterness. It just sort of seems like he's in his own head. He's not really keen on speaking with any of you all that much.
Fair.
He follows you quite docilely all the way up to those now familiar front steps of the Satan's Sanctum. And as you approach, you would see two very familiar figures waiting at the top of the steps for you. You see Verali standing aside Delphinium, who's very eagerly waving at all of you, very excited to see you all again. You can sort of see Verali tends to stand in like a very harsh line, but as she makes eye contact with all of you coming up the stairs, you can see her posture sort of relax a little bit, and you can see her let out a breath. They do look concerned, but there is very obvious relief there at seeing all of you alive. And you can see as Vareli's eyes skate over the group, her gaze catches on Alaric being dragged behind you. I assume that you have all kept him tied up in the rope?
Yeah.
Gagged,
Yes.
tied up,
I would hope.
full 9 yards.
Yes. So,
Not allowed
Especially
to
for
do
mass
anything like
Hogtied.
cement, like
yes.
not
Somatic verbal.
or
Duct
Watch-
tape over his
yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you
Absolutely
see
not.
Vareli's eyes catch on Alaric and look at him with disdain. And before even a word can get out of her mouth, Delphinium is rushing down the stairs towards all of you. Oh my gosh, are you all okay? I mean, it's not that I'm not happy to see you again, because I am, but you keep coming back here because bad things keep happening, and I'm concerned. You're all okay, right?
It was good.
Oh yeah, we're big chillin'.
I wouldn't say big chillin' exactly.
Big
We got-
is not quite the word.
Okay.
We're alive, are we?
We got one
We're
major problem,
alive.
I should say.
That's big chillin' to me.
I have never heard
We're
that term
medium
used
chilling,
before.
perhaps.
Fine, we mid chillin'.
Okay.
Mid chillin'. Let's agree on that one.
Okay, I
I believe a
just...
curse has been put on us.
That feels like
not
chilling.
quite a curse. It
No, it's a
after
curse.
after looking through your work, which thank you for.
You did quite help us.
Yes,
It was helpful.
It
Oh,
was
quite.
very.
Oh.
We've identified that it is a sort of bond between the six of us, and we cannot be too far from each other.
Okay. Okay. Would you all like me to take a look? It's. I'm assuming it's runic. If
Yes,
my work
yes.
helped you.
Where
Is
is it
there?
again?
It's on our
It's
chest,
on
actually.
your chest.
Then I'll just.
Oh. Wow. Okay. You see, Virali kind of steps up from behind Delphinium. Perhaps we should have this conversation inside.
Yes.
And as Virali steps forward and gets closer to the group, you sort of notice that she, for all that she often looks so put together, she looks tired. There's dark circles under her eyes. She looks a little bit weary. She looks how a normal person would present themselves, but for somebody who's always perfectly kept, it's very noticeable. You see Delphinium kind of looks over at her and gives her a nod. And Rolly looks at all of you. Shall we?
Indeed we shall.
Are you doing okay?
It's none of your concern, but I appreciate your asking. Would you like us to take him off your hands for the time being?
We still have our deal with the Silver Brows,
Yes.
so we kind of
Certainly.
do need to keep him with us.
We
Would
can
you have
just-
any place to store him that he won't do anything uncouth then, perhaps? Or-
Precisely my intention. It is not in my jurisdiction to interrogate or question this man, but it is within the Cardinals, so perhaps they can answer a few questions and we can impart the information back to all of you should we get answers.
That'd be most wonderful.
Fantastic. You see her wave a hand, and two of those guards that were at your door post-heist in the library step
heist?
forward and bring Alaric.
they recognize us.
Yeah. You do see them give a glance of like a...
Great, these guys.
And they, each of them takes Alaric by one arm, and he leads them away. And you see that Alaric's eyes do not leave Virali for as long as she is in eyesight of him, until he is taken out of sight of all of you.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. Virali can lead you to where we can have a talk. I will go make tea. I think you need it. Okay.
I have Gilbert go with Delphinium.
Oh, hello! Delphinium and Gilbert go off into a side room, and Virali starts leading you all towards a meeting room, quite like the one in that small library that you all met in for the first time. But this one is far more private. You see her do some intricate gestures with her hands, and a few locks click in and out of place of this intricate, like, circular sort of locking mechanism. And the doors open on either side, and as soon as you all step in, they close behind you. Please have a seat, all of you. Normally I would be the one asking questions, but it seems as though this is a bit more complicated than me just asking you things. Perhaps you should start by telling me what you know, asking me any questions that you may have that I might be able to answer. It seems you have encountered something more complicated than we even anticipated.
Sorry.
There was a cat in the library.
2.
Yeah.
She just opened her mouth, put my foot in her mouth, and then meowed with my foot in her mouth.
Little freak.
Lily.
Weirdo.
Were there any questions I can answer for all of you? Anything that you think that I should know?
Well, in regards to the runic bindings, I suppose. Have any thoughts?
I believe that is more in Delphinium's jurisdiction.
I
She
thought
should
so.
return soon.
We never figured out how far we can go from each other, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Also mentioned for the players that we are intending to keep this map secret, I think.
Yes,
We
that's
have-
because
we
what I was
have
about
one.
to ask.
We have a copy.
We do,
think
okay.
with
Do you have that
the, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think
It's like a
Maybe.
copy of this map.
Yes.
And then
Maybe
the
without the-
sections are a little bit.
Without the X's, I
Without
think.
the X, yeah, I think.
I think
I think we
had them
circled it
circled.
instead, and we had the circles like juicy.
A
yeah,
little
much
bit.
larger than him.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that
We
area.
did recover this from Ulrich's.
Tower.
Yes.
Stash, I guess.
I was going to say abode. I'm not quite sure that's.
The tower looks quite fine. Gets the point across.
Unless you have heard anything otherwise, I would presume these are locations of anomalies within the Veil.
Yes.
So this
Tears
corroborates
or- yes.
some of the things that we have been learning. Okay. This is.
Sorry, Virali saying okay is like, wow.
I'm not sure if this is a matter of concern. It is certainly a bit unsettling that there are so many. However, stumbling upon them is not as common as one might think. This is not a power that is easily harnessed, so I do not worry all that much about the common man simply stumbling upon these locations. I do not wish to ask too much of you. Do you intend on seeking out these locations?
My initial guess is that it's going to be something to do with getting the bindings off of us, so probably.
Couldn't hurt. Well, could.
Any way to do such a thing?
Could hurt quite a lot.
Might be it, but I don't want to say anything for certain until and then the door opens again and Delphinium walks in with a little tray. Perfect timing. Okay. Do you mind if I take a better look at that?
Of course.
Delphinium gets a little uncomfortably close. Starts
Very
looking at it, squints. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how honest I should be because I really don't want to freak you all out.
Honesty is always the best policy.
Okay.
It's better that we know and know to fear it than not know.
Okay. I wouldn't say it's something you should actively fear, but it is something to. Hello. Please don't put your butt in the camera.
Emojis.
Our lovely Edgar
It is
will have his
something
hands full
to
again.
be concerned about. From what I understand, it's in combination. This is sort of like an electric fence. Almost as though there's a certain proximity that you'll need to be within close to each other or harm will be inflicted. That is what these runes look like, inflicting harm. This is very complicated rune work. I've never seen anything like it accomplished, especially not on a scale of multiple people.
Do you know how far the distance is? That's probably quite important to know.
It looks quite severe. I would say perhaps within a couple of miles of each other.
Well, that's not as bad as we initially thought.
Yeah, sounds as initially
But that's only a hypothesis.
It's only a hypothesis.
It's
of course.
unfortunately one of those things that
You gotta test
can't
it.
know for sure until
you go.
you figure that out yourselves.
Would you say about a mile is probably a safe point?
I think that would be a safe bet. I mean,
Then let's all assume that it's just a mile and not go even further than that unless absolutely necessary.
Would this... Is it similar to a leash in that it would get caught on things? Like,
how do you mean?
if we're in a building.
No, I think to continue with the fence metaphor, I think
It's just
it's
like
a radius.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Where if you stray too far from one another, something will happen. There's an energy here that I don't recognize. I've never seen anything like this. This is a tremendous wellspring of power, probably only made possible by somebody like Alaric, who is experimenting in things that he shouldn't be.
One other thing said actually brought up a good point, although it wasn't the one you made. In regards to this radius, if we were to somehow leave it, and this is again purely hypothetical, because they had a way to mitigate the shock, would there be a leash prevent us going that far? Or if we could mitigate the damage, could we exceed the distance?
I think the leash would be that you would be probably in immense pain, if not worse.
Okay.
You would know where to stop, I think. I don't understand how something this intricate and strong could have affected you without serious damage. And at this point, Virali steps up. Did you... Apologies, there's much on top of mind nowadays. Did you manage to find what you were looking for when you retrieved the body of the Chronicle? We sent you there for an artifact that might be of assistance, perhaps.
Yes, the
The-
compass.
Compass.
Yes.
I do not believe that was...
Well, there's
No.
also a ring, wasn't
There
The
was an
necklace.
amulet
Perhaps.
So now I'm still wearing it at the moment.
that I touched it
Yeah,
immediately.
did you
kinda
agree with that
died.
one? Okay, I'm gonna take it back.
Yeah, we have a
Put it back
pendant.
on.
That's
Would you
right.
mind
Yeah.
if I to look? Are you taking the amulet off?
No, I'm just holding it out. Like
Do
this.
not touch it.
Understood.
I'm gonna touch anything to open it if possible.
Watch your hands. And Virali starts performing more of those very intricate sort of hand movements, and you see this this dark orange gold energy sort of swirling around this amulet. And she closes her eyes, and it's almost like she's like, it sounds like it's a face you would make if you were hearing like a whisper over your shoulder. Huh. How to explain what this is? To answer your question, Delphinium, this is the reason that serious harm is not inflicted on you. Magic is natural. Attempting to harness it when it is not freely given is not. It is like attempting to drink water from a still lake. Magic is wild when it is untouched. That is why the veil exists. It is a filter, or perhaps more aptly with this metaphor, it is the pot that the water is boiled in. When taken in, without safety measures in place, it can very easily harm or maim or kill. Wearing this, it is like packing a wound without cleaning it first. You are stemming the bleeding, but you are not warding off infection or anything more serious. It is a means to an end. It seems as though the amulet is a stopping point for any corruption that might happen with tampering with the veil. However, this is only temporary. Veil corruption is quite powerful. Something like that can only work for so long. Is this why you advise me not to touch it?
Yes.
You experience
I-
adverse effects.
Yes. I attempted to identify it, and when it was handed to me, I cannot say what exactly happened.
They went catatonic.
That is concerning.
Yes. And it was immensely painful, so.
My apologies. I cannot advise you exactly on how to handle something like this. It is, once again, pushing the boundaries of what I know and what I am capable of understanding, which I don't like admitting. But I would recommend not holding on to that for too long. Keep it within your group, it will be a protector, but I would not recommend one of you keeping it for long, extended periods. It felt like sort of a wearing on my magic. It's... Unless you are experiencing anything at the moment, I would say for the time being, you may be alright, but I would recommend perhaps passing it amongst yourselves.
Would it have its effect of protection were someone not wearing it?
Didn't we say it was like a radius around it? If I remember correctly?
That is... I cannot attest as much. Again, this is unfortunately something you will have to find out for yourselves, but I think perhaps it needs a conduit, as most magic does. especially with something like this. And before she can even get another word out, there is yet another knock on the door. And you see another guard, one you don't recognize this time, standing in the doorway. Ma'am, you're needed. You see, Raleigh. My apologies, this is an urgent matter, or else I would stick around to assist. If you need anything else from me, I will see if I have time this evening, but it is urgent and I really must go. You can direct all your questions to Delphine and she will be able to help you. And
very, very much
I am glad that you are all relatively unharmed.
Really, I swear to God. I swear to God, you step on my fucking laptop, I swear. That's
And-
touchscreen. They're good.
And Raleigh steps out with the guard. The door closes behind her. And you see Delphinium sort of watching the door as she goes. Sorry. She's been busy since you guys left. I'm just a little worried about her. She's got a lot going on. But I can try to answer any questions you guys might have. I don't know how much I'll know about the stuff that Raleigh was talking about, but I can try.
Quick question. Did Virali, when looking at the symbol on Valefor's chest, did she like straight up say what it was?
Virali did not look at it. Delphinium was.
Delphine, I'm sorry. Did she like straight up say what it was, or?
No, but I think in her observations it would be clear enough to understand that this is a runic curse.
Cool. So, Silly is going to take his monocle and kind of adjust it a little bit. So we're going to be here for a minute, just talking. The monocle is going to kind of float a little bit. I'm going to do a little ritual for comprehend language.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a good thing I'm taking my shirt off.
How long does it take? 10 minutes?
10 minutes. Yeah. He's just going to be.
I would say within this time.
Yeah.
It's not. What you are seeing is not a language. It's symbology.
Mm-hmm.
It's runes aren't necessarily like a written language that are comprehensible. Like it's not something to be translated.
Okay.
It's more. It's something that a caster individually creates.
Okay.
And so, with your spell and with a little help from Delphinium, you received this knowledge from looking through her thesis during your time in Elric's Tower. But you get. It's from what you understand, the runes that you can see vaguely translate to inflict, connect, and boundary, and the way that they are wrought together into one unified symbol stands for in perpetuity. So it seems like this is going to go on for quite some time.
Kind of still looking at the symbol, just kind of, well, fuck, we're gonna be dealing with this for a hot minute.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's some pretty heavy duty stuff.
In perpetuity, it's a big word.
Yeah. I've never seen a room like this, especially not on so many people. It's
Now we all got tattoos. Not the good kind.
gonna kill me.
I would
Not the good kind either.
It's like we're getting that.
Tiffany kind of looks at her own tattoos. Yeah, gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Yours are cool and probably aren't fucky.
No, they're magical, but you know,
Good kind of magic, I'm sure.
you have to earn these, so you know. It's, besides the point, I have some experience in dissolving runes, but I wouldn't even attempt to try to do this. I'm number one, far too young and inexperienced to even try that, and number two, with something this complicated, especially when it's cursed, I don't feel comfortable trying to remove them from you because I don't trust myself. These could very easily be quite dangerous if somebody who wasn't experienced enough tried to remove them. So I don't want to harm any of you.
It is alright.
Yeah, that's understandable. Do you know anyone that could?
Like I said, I haven't seen anything like this before. Also, I haven't left the sanctum in my entire life, so I'm one of very few people here that has any experience with runes.
Could I roll like a Arcana or history check to see if there's like anyone that I might know?
I would say no roll necessary. The way that Delphinium is talking about this, it is extremely complicated magic.
Yeah.
Plus, it was made from harnessing the veil,
Mm.
which is not something that is steadfast and sure. It's experimental, and so there's no surefire way to be able to remove them just yet.
Do you think doing anything with the anomalies will affect this curse?
I mean, it seems like it might. I mean, I feel like, not to corroborate a theory of fighting fire with fire, but it seems like the only way to cure something volatile is with something else volatile. The only way to cancel out something that is chaotic that you don't understand is most likely through something else that you won't understand. I mean, obviously I'm not super qualified to speak on this for all even no more than I would, but she's busy.
Well, it was your notes that I just figured this out and just did initially, so.
Sorry, I know this is not about me, but it's so nice to hear that the work that I'm doing is actually useful.
It was incredibly useful. It helped us understand what this was, at least at a base level, and you explaining it further has been incredibly useful as well.
You got brains!
Thank you. I am glad you guys came back. I wish it was under better circumstances, but I'm glad to see you all relatively in one piece. It's... Okay, what happens in this conference room stays in this conference room, right? Okay, yes, please.
Okay.
And the cat.
Oh! Another cat!
Well, no, it's the same one. It's just been all over the place.
Oh!
I've never seen Raleigh like this. With Cardinal Stormhip Speaker's death, there is a seat open in the cabinet, and there's whispers of promoting her to Cardinal.
Oh, shit!
And I thought that would be something that she would want, but she seems really stressed by it, and I'm not sure why.
It's a big responsibility.
Well, yeah, but I thought it would be something that she wanted. She always talks about expanding her research.
You can want something and be kind of terrified of it at the same time.
That's a good point.
Has she ever had anything other than work?
I mean, she's a high elf, so she's pretty old. She's... As far as I understand it, she didn't always live in the sanctum. But...
Really?
I mean, I think there was stuff going on before she went to the sanctum, but she never really talks about it. It always seemed to me like the most important thing in her life was this.
Is it the only thing in her life that you know about?
I think so.
Perhaps she's worried what happened to you if she ascends.
Fine, I told her I'll be fine.
Or maybe she's just comfortable where she is and doesn't want to be something else.
Yes. I don't know, it just feels like the progeny are always aiming upwards, and to see her hesitate is weird for me, I guess. But I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. But that reminds me, actually, Varelli spoke to the cabinet earlier. You are all more than welcome to stay the night again if you would like. We are more than happy to feed you and pass along more supplies. That room that you all stayed in is still open, so you can all get some rest inside a building instead of in the woods if you want.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Big thanks. Big preach.
At this
Yeah,
point, we're put our names on the door.
As long as I don't have to pay rent, I'll be happy.
Yeah, no rent here. We'll work on getting some time with the Cardinal so they can ask some questions to Alaric. And maybe we can try to get some information out of him about removing the curse. I don't know how successful that would be.
I don't think he's
Considering
gonna
he's the
answer
one
much.
that placed it on us, it seems
Yeah.
unlikely that he would assist.
We don't tend to use force during interrogations. It's not really our strong suit, I gotta say. It's getting late, so if you all want to tuck in, I can take you back to your rooms. I'll check in with Raleigh, see if there's any progress.
Sounds good.
You got any paper I can use? I gotta write a few letters back home.
You're in the Sacred Sanctum. There's no shortage of paper here. I can get you some stuff to write with if you want.
Yes, please, thank you.
And if you all are ready, Tiffany can escort you back to your rooms for the evening.
Sounds good to me.
She leaves you some paper and some pens in a variety of colors. There is a glitter gel pen in there.
A glitter gel
That
pen!
looks like it came from her own.
Oh,
Texture
let's
what I am writing.
let's fucking go.
Fabulous. Send that to me. And with that, unless there's any business anybody would like to handle, you can all take a long rest.
I got a quiz.
What's up?
In the room, is this something that still has like the chimney
Yes.
that goes up? Okay. I'm gonna try and recreate what I did last time to talk to Mr. Goddad.
Okay.
The guy.
Gad.
Gad.
Cool.
Gad.
Daddy.
All right. You're doing that as you go to sleep.
Yes.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do?
Playing a little tune on the flute before we sleep.
Someone rest.
That's only for short rest. This is purely just.
Ooh.
This is quite literally the long rest song. This is a prog rock anthem.
Work.
I might want to see if
I should ask, did you call Gilbert back at any point? Because if not, Delphinium still has him.
Oh, then, yeah. Okay. I might check in, actually, and see,
Cool.
if there's anything going on at this very moment.
Yeah, so you think Gilbert would have stayed with Delphinium the whole time?
Yeah.
You check in, you're seeing through Gilbert's eyes. You see from where he is perched on Delphinium's shoulder, she's in a literal dark place. She is standing outside a door. There's a couple torches on the wall and sconces, but they're very dimly lit. And you hear some voices from behind the door. She has her back to the wall beside it. She seems to just sort of be looking into space. But you hear... give me a perception check.
For me or for Gilbert?
Since you're seeing through Gilbert's eyes, I would say from you.
What are my stats? Investigation, you said?
Perception.
9.
9. You hear several gruff male voices, and you hear an effeminate voice, but you can't quite make out anybody in particular. Just that, from what you can see, Delphinium, it seems like she's been out there for a while, and she seems worried. But otherwise, she's okay.
Do I, hear what kind of tone they're talking in, or...?
It sounds like questions are being asked. It's interrogatory.
Got it. And Gilbert's, trying his best to, comfort Delphinium a little bit.
Yeah,
Wall.
You can, it seems like the first thing that's diverted her attention all night. She gives him a little scratch into the beak and kind of leans her head into his tiny little one. Anything else anybody would like to do before we all rest?
I think it's going to take that. They'll probably just do the old meditation thing where he just goes to the wall and just goes over and over.
Okay.
This may be an absolutely stupid move, but I have a small plan, maybe. So I'm going to try and sneak out and find out Rick.
Okay.
Because I have questions for him.
I will tell you off the bat, this is going to be an extraordinarily high DC.
Certainly we'll try. If I get caught, though, we'll see what happens.
I will give you just one stealth check to, again, with the very high DC, manage to make it past all of the guards on night patrol unseen, and also find the room where Alaric is being interrogated. You may roll.
11. I voted 2.
Oh, yeah, no. DC was in the 20s, I'm afraid.
Oh, yikes.
I felt with a little hope and a +9 to stealth. It might have gone a little better. But my dice decided, nope, not today.
I
You,
rolled 4 and I
it's
have
the
a +5.
Clover mindset.
The Clover mindset. Go big or go
Gosh
broke.
darn it.
You do manage to make it down a couple of hallways, and you feel like you're getting somewhere, and then all of a sudden a night guard pops out from a hallway that you didn't see before. Are you lost?
Yeah, these rooms kind of get all together. I was trying to find a place because I like smoking a lot. I know you guys don't like smoking in here, so I was just trying to find closest exit.
I'm going to take you back to your rooms now.
Okay, I guess I'll just smoke there and hope my friends don't hate it.
We would prefer if you... Somehow I feel that saying this will not change anything.
Like I said, I was just trying to find an exit and I got turned around.
Above their pay grade.
And the guard eventually escorts you back to your room.
The past week, they were like, like 2 weeks ago, things been like normal, or like probably like 4 weeks at this point. You know, things been normal, and then like these like past 2 weeks, like, oh my god, these fucking people.
These fucking
These
people.
same people who I've never seen before have been here like 4 times in a month.
Okay. Jericho.
What up?
Let's see. I'm gonna roll a d100. Okay.
Nothing fucking happens, pussy.
1738.
You drift off into sleep, and as usual, there is darkness, and then all of a sudden there is light. And you are, from what you can see, once again in monochrome. You're in sort of like a parlor room, but it's like there's shag rugs on the floor and soft seating all around. It doesn't look as formal as the first time you found yourself in this place. And you look up, and lounging in a big, comfy armchair with a glass of wine in one hand. Oh, you're back.
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
You as well. I wasn't sure if this was going to work.
Yeah, it was kind of a gamble, but you know, I can't really control this stuff either.
Glad that it worked though.
How do you keep doing this?
I smoke drugs.
That is an excellent course of action.
Because I know that you like smoking drugs.
Oh yes.
And so I was like, if I do that a lot, maybe I can try and see you again. And I tried it again one time, and it worked again immediately. So maybe I just need to keep on doing drugs. I feel like this is going to
Hey
help me
kids.
see you.
Well,
You should
you came to the right party member. You need more drugs.
Hey kids.
This boy need Joe,
I
but
mean,
like,
I can't promise that if you keep doing this at random, I won't be indisposed. That's why we're here and not in the place that we were at last time. But you know, you caught me at a not busy moment. Is there something you needed, kid, or?
Well, I'm wondering how I can see you, and if you can imbue that
Jazz hands.
into where I can see other people, or is that only like specifically for you?
Like I say, kind of a tall order.
he's one for me.
See, I'm more concerned with the fact that you can keep getting here. Funny enough, the place where you're at right now, those folks are pretty much the only ones that are still in regular contact with their loving lady. Well, let's just say, in the current climate, people are a little less keen on reaching out to me, of all people. Which, that's some bullshit, because I'm one of the only people that still responds, but, you know.
What other one? Who else responds?
Oh, well, you're in the St. Ben Sanctum, are you not? The progeny? Thasta. They're pretty much the only ones left that are still in regular contact. And even that's still a little shifty.
Gosh, so the trade travel sends lots of messages beginning the winds.
Bam! Okay, sorry. I had to check something out. This is man.
To answer your
Balls.
question,
Ball? No.
um,
Cast this. Yeah.
it's finicky. You're in my realm right now, which is probably why you can see me. Probably, I would imagine, there's some residual left over once you get back to your place. So I imagine it doesn't last very long.
Last time it lasted like a couple seconds, and then and it did help me. It let me see that there were weird little freaks over everybody, and I immediately stabbed one. So that was
Weird
good.
little freaks over all your hot friends?
Yeah. It
That's
was.
unfortunate.
It was
Did
like
you kill the freaks?
yes.
Good.
One of them exploded
Did you,
like viscerally.
Sex
It was pretty
protecting the
nice.
snacks.
Did you use the thing that I told you about? No, I probably would have known if you did.
The thing?
Yeah, I told you. I'm trying to give you a gift.
Yeah, but I don't know how to use it.
You just gotta think real hard. That's how magic works.
What do I have to think of? Oh, okay.
There are worse visuals, my friend.
Not
Oh,
wrong.
I have to get it.
Yeah, but it's more so comes from me. It's not something I can give you. Especially because, as I understand it, how this happened is well, it's something that even all of us don't understand quite yet.
There was a cat in this room.
There was oh yeah, that's my little guy. Don't worry.
He looks like the one that was in the library.
Does he go everywhere?
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
This cat is
That's
a
all I
great
said, though.
character.
Yes.
Cat
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Richard.
Magic cat.
Magic cat.
My favorite cat.
All cats are magic.
My favorite.
This.
There are no
Even closer?
Magic in our hearts. Oh, he's something, all right.
Georgie.
Oh boy. Yeah, he's a character.
No.
Literally.
But we're here to talk about you.
Yes.
Eventually, I'll be a magic cat. Don't worry.
Guau.
I plan on the multi-class. I'll get spells later. I'll be a magic cat.
Arcane trickster.
If you
No, Gloopstalker Ranger.
if you get any knowledge about what's going on there, because what happened to you, it's not, one size fits all. It's different for everybody that it happens with. Interacting with that thing, it's being blinded is not the only outcome. You got off relatively lucky as far as I'm concerned.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've heard a little bit about it, but like
Yeah.
nothing super big.
Me and my folks, we didn't do that. We're not responsible for that thing existing. But if you find out any information, maybe I can go to my sources, ask around a little bit, and we can see about fixing you up if that's something you want.
That would be nice. Do you know if I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but if Vonara, do you know if she is around and
Well,
talkable to?
that's a
Contactable.
good question. Well, it's kind of complicated with all me and my friends right now. Me and her, we don't talk much. She likes things neat and tidy. I like things like an explosion, like a sexual explosion. We don't really interact all that much.
Drug-induced orgies.
We're chill with each other, but she doesn't want to be in my space. I fuck up her space. We just kind of. Why do you ask?
Well, I mean,
You trying to get in contact?
I would if at some point.
What? Am I not good?
No, I'm not saying that I don't want
I
to
am
talk to you.
her, Jericho.
I wear a
bully.
blindfold. That is literally her thing.
I could put on a blind. I have put on many.
Well, that does not surprise me.
If it's the blindfold her after, or is it like her whole deal?
No, it's like, well, it's like, I mean, I don't know if you know, like, fully my everything, but I, used to be a soldier, everything like
Yeah,
that. And
that
she
I know.
also is
I've had my eye on you for quite some time.
interesting.
Sorry.
How much have you
Poor
seen?
choice of words. The important stuff.
What does the god of revelry deem important?
Okay.
You know.
we just stare at each other for a little bit. Okay.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
You can read my mind.
So,
Yeah, just more so.
Banara?
At some point. Just if you can like throw my name there at all. If you can't, it's also perfectly fine. Yeah, like it's perfectly fine if you cannot.
Look at my resume.
I haven't heard from her.
Just drop my name, see how she reacts.
Because
we're out of contact with each other
Name drop.
nowadays, much less mortals and all of us.
Because I feel I would always pray to her a lot, and so I feel like it would be nice to see if there's anything there, like maybe have both of you there. I know both can basically complete opposites,
Yeah, you really picked
But-
two ends of the spectrum there.
but I do enjoy both of what you guys stand for.
All right. Order and revelry. You know how to pick them.
Well, I mean, also if you think about it, it's
Can't have one without the other.
yeah. Also, I mean, the stars, the moon.
That'll do it.
A very heavy overlap in some of the other categories.
Yeah, I never really thought about it like that. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
And you don't gotta smoke drugs. I mean, I'm never gonna discourage you from smoking drugs.
Do drugs, kids. Maybe you'll see
Bird.
God.
Yes. Smoke that
Have
doobie.
you tried the smoking drug?
I mean to say, don't waste
Don't
your
overdo it.
stash to get that feeling
Yeah.
because it'll stop working for one thing, and two, if I need
Gotta
you,
have it
I
too
can
big.
just get to you.
Yeah. And the good news is that I haven't overdone it yet. So
Yeah, keep going with that. It's as you said, you can't have the revelry without the order. Just, I know it probably feels good, but things that feel good can stop feeling good real fast.
it is nice to see after a couple years of not seeing. So
Just take it easy when you can. Alright.
Yep.
Look after yourself.
I appreciate everything that you do.
I do what I can.
Thank you very much.
You
No.
you get some rest. You gotta take that fuck ass rock dude to your other little friends.
Fuck ass rock.
Yeah.
Little bit of a cunt. I'm not gonna
A lot
lie.
of bit of a cunt.
Lot of bit of a cunt.
Big cunt.
We have the actually one more thing before I'm shunted back out of here.
Hit me.
I don't want to. Well,
You like it.
I wouldn't
we
complain.
have because I know I still have the map on me. I'm gonna just
Oh, it's goofy.
do you, yeah.
Not in a fun way.
I don't know. At least we know it's not that type of liquid. Unless
It's
something
also
is
upside
very.
down. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go.
It's not that type of liquid unless there's something very wrong with him.
Oh,
Then
I would
yikes.
hope not.
Whatever
that is,
what
I'm not
is?
responsible for that.
Which one do you think would be a good one? These are apparently tears in like
Tears
the
in the
veil and
He's
stuff.
going places.
See, me, I say stay the fuck away from Tears of the Veil.
Well, but also we're like. We're like Brandon now. I'm gonna.
Oh, again, not in a fun way.
Mm.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Don't yell till one's young.
Like masochism, but really wrong.
Yeah.
It's just called getting hurt.
Cat.
Put in the quotes.
Like masochism, but wrong. Just getting hurt.
I have my moments, guys.
What do you planning on doing when you get there?
I think we're gonna try and. I have this little pendant as well.
Whoa, okay.
Oh, you probably see it like just as it is,
Yeah,
right?
that
you have
shit
magic shit.
reeks with crazy energy.
Yeah.
That's, I've never seen something
Apparently-
that protects and also is negatively charged at the same time.
It protects from the veil, apparently.
Corruption, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah, that tracks. You don't fuck around with that thing.
We're apparently supposed to like give it to another person every, I guess, couple of weeks. I've been wearing this thing for like almost like a week now.
Okay.
I took it off once, and then my
Yeah,
friend
I would-
started seizing on the ground after touching it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
went comatose. And I went,
Yeah,
I'm
that
going to
that
take
one
it
I
back
saw.
now.
That's unfortunate.
That was horrifying.
Yeah, no, not
Oh.
great. Again, places that I wish I could intervene, but I'm stuck in fucking baby jail up here, so.
Okay, baby jail.
I'd like to imagine every
I
time
think
you
it was
drink
gonna be
out of that
horny
bottle
jail,
he's
nothing
drinking.
else.
40 jail.
Bonk.
Alright, yeah. Listen to your gut on that. Pass it around every couple days. Don't stick with it for too long. It'll fuck
Okay.
you up.
Different, wrong kind of pie.
Not in a fun way.
I would,
Schism, but wrong.
I don't really have any advice as to where you should start. Because, like I
Okay.
said, I think you should just stay the fuck away. But it seems like you're pretty set on doing this.
Well, it's more so like we can't really get away from each other in like a mild distance, and it's like I enjoy some of the people, but it's like I don't want to stay around for like with them for super long, like
Yeah.
crazy long, and also only within a mile distance.
That's entirely fair.
It's like I can go to the bathroom on my own, but it's like this.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
It's like I can do anything behind like a wall, but it's they know that I'm close by, which makes me feel weird.
Yeah, alright.
Also, we can't scout anything out unless it's the entire group now going out to scout, which might cause issues.
I'd say just talk it over with your people. This is not a choice I can make for you. I'm
Well, yeah,
afraid.
I just more so was like, what's your vibe for it?
Vibe is bad.
Vibe is bad.
Rancid and nasty.
Bad magic.
But, like I said, if you need me, reach out, I'll hear it. And I'll see what I can see about getting you in with Miss Venara.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now go get some rest. Try not to drink too much of me.
You got it.
And with that, you feel yourself almost like floating on water, gently pulled like a tide out of this dream space. It feels kind of warm, and there's like a lingering sort of like a glittering sensation on your skin. And you open your eyes back in the room that you fell asleep in, and you watch your vision fade slowly to a pinpoint before it's gone.
Before it fully fades, I'm just gonna kind of look around until I set and I go. I just stare for a bit, and then I.
He is still asleep. You are the first
Well, yeah,
one to wake.
I know. I'm waking up. I'm staring. I'm grabbing a little notebook, and I'm just.
Writing it down?
No, I'm just slowly sketching it out. Because proficiency with painter's tools.
Yeah, give me a performance.
Give me a
check
Bob Ross check.
to see how well you.
Oh shit!
Remember that
Hold up, hold up, hold up.
good.
No, but it's still solid. It's still
Sorry,
a
performance
good
check,
fucking
right?
roll, man.
Performance. Yeah.
Which means
We
I have
two artists.
proficiency in with the
And
tool
my
itself,
character's is
Let's see.
which is
So it's +3?
+3.
Yeah, +3.
20 in total.
Yeah, you sketch out a pretty perfect likeness of Vepper's face.
Cool.
You're just gonna leave it?
No, I'm gonna then close it. I'm going to
Put it under his
put the blindfold
blindfold.
back on. Putting the blindfold
It's like
back on.
having your kid's picture in your wallet.
This is my journal.
I'm thinking of you, Belfort.
And the next time it happens, other person.
It is about this time that
Go
the rest
down
of
the
you
line.
start to wake slowly as
I
the sun
get
comes
up.
in.
Oh boy, I want to go along with me.
Yeah.
It smells like art.
I have to tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
You're actually quite attractive.
So, yeah, well,
You don't find shit.
slowly start to rise, and promptly, as the sun begins to rise, you hear a knock on the door, and Varela is standing there when you open it.
Howdy.
Good morning.
I trust you all had anything's rest.
Yes.
Excellent.
Pretty good.
Wonderful.
Is there anything else that you need? I regret to say that Alaric was quite uncooperative. Although I imagine that was to be expected.
Yeah.
Most likely.
He barely spoke at all. I wish I could give you any information regarding this, but he seemed quite steadfast that he did not want to cooperate with us, presumably on account of our affiliations with the goddess.
What's his head?
He's a dick.
He hasn't wanted to speak to us either, so I wouldn't take it personally.
I do not. He is beneath me. Regardless, I imagine you will be wanting to get him to his final destination before nightfall today, if possible.
That'd be
Ideally.
amenable.
Are we that close? I thought it was still a day away.
You, provided you make a good enough roll, you can make it by nightfall.
I'm ready.
Profit!
It's time to be a blind man that does survival.
I'll help you.
Can send you on your way with more supplies if that would be helpful. I trust you know the right back.
Suppose, yes.
Yeah.
I can do it with my eyes closed.
I can do it with my
Are they
eyes
closed or
closed.
Delphinium did send me word that she had given you a way to communicate back with us. So,
Yes.
Yes.
should you need anything, we will be there to respond.
Thank you for the openness.
Very
I
cool.
understand it's not common of your order.
Thank you for proving me wrong about outsiders.
Sometimes a little more, I have to be wrong.
You were thrust into unfortunate circumstances and you still remained as just as you could have been. And I appreciate that. Right then. There's business that needs attending to, so unless there's anything else you need of me, I will be taking my leave, and Delphinium will escort you to the front gates.
Anyone else need anything?
I don't think so.
You do not believe so.
Kagan? Need anything? No.
No.
I think as we're leaving, Goose is gonna kind of walk up to Virali and just hold out a hand and just go,
Sorry for being a massive dick.
She extends her hand and
Fucking grasp.
Fuck you, no.
I suppose I cannot fault you for inquisitiveness, but I appreciate your apology.
I hit the fucking pin.
Ouch.
Stabbed.
I will be taking my leave now. And you see Virali disappeared on the hallway, and like clockwork, Delphinium takes her place. Right.
Fast.
Yeah, most places where she is, I am. Thank you for the company last night. It was needed.
Yeah.
And she nudges Gilbert back towards you. Okay. We have more stuff for you at the front. I can walk you out.
If there's nothing else, then it's all on the list.
Alright. And Delphinium walks you to the front gates and waves at you as you walk back out into the wilderness from the safety of town. She waves at all of you until you disappear out of sight. Alright. You are now heading back towards Cheshire. Give one of you can give me a survival check to see if you can make
Helping
it
you.
to town.
I'm ready.
I'm gonna give you some assistance
Because I have the best survival for some fucking reason.
Can I give him advantage?
Sure.
I'll be my bird's eye view again.
Roll the goose for your advantage.
Never fucking
not
mind.
matter.
Never mind.
27 in total with a natural 20.
Wow.
God
That-
damn!
I would say at that pace, you, for some reason, remember this first journey like the back of your hand. You make incredible time, and you find yourself back in Cheshire right on the cusp of when the sun is beginning to set. You've made excellent time.
God, we're wholeheartedly.
Is there anything you would like to do with Alaric? Anything you would like to talk about amongst yourselves during this time while you are traveling? Yes.
I do have a single question for Alaric. And the debate is, can I find at any time a private way of asking these questions?
Give me a stealth check to see if you can...
Whisper check.
At any time. Because he's a very laptop-wise, mouse not working.
Are you using like a Google sheet?
No, I use PDF, but I have to switch between tabs, and sometimes my mouse doesn't like working. I'm using my guidance. 24 in total.
Excellent.
That meets my passive perception.
Ooh, okay.
Meets it beats it because I'm active and he's passive? Question mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do manage to...
You
when it's your
I
turn.
know you get really good stuff.
I
When
know
it's your,
good.
when it's your turn to keep an eye on Alaric, you are sort of at the back of the group with him in tow. He doesn't really acknowledge you as you get close to him. You are the one holding his leash, quite literally. So he's just kind of walking along, bound and gagged, with eyes on the ground.
Alright, I know you don't like me. I just want one piece of information. That's all I'm asking. What do you know about fungal consumption?
Fireball! Cast a spore spell. Oh fuck, ironic!
Let's see.
That'd be so fucked up. Why, speak to me. Bomb!
There are certain spells you can do that too.
That is true.
I'm so scared.
Somatic.
Alaric's gonna make a history check.
Please, 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 please.
It's a natural 3.
Cremation.
I know of the human concept.
That's all.
It is a side effect of the ribs in the veil. Much like all natural corruption. That was not my area of study.
I thought you know in the veil you might know a little bit more than that, but beggars can't be choosers.
Is there something you are begging
I deny you.
for? Is there something you are begging for?
Knowledge about it. Gentle cures. Or at the very least ways to keep the person who has it going a little longer.
In that case, I can wish you luck.
Well, luck's never really been a friend of mine, so I'll take that with a little bit of salt.
He stops speaking at this point.
Dad goes back on, walks away. Joins the rest of the group. Back in.
And eventually, you all make it into Cheshire. It's not hard to locate the manor that you all met in for the first time. It is a landmark of the town. It's down a center street. You find yourself there with relative ease. The streets are fairly empty at this hour. And you make it through the gardens and across a drawbridge to the front gates, where you see 2 guardsmen waiting for you. They sort of heft their spears in their hands as you all approach. What business?
We are returning to deliver, and look at Elder, a package.
And you all
Clover.
We were sent by the Silver Bows to retrieve this man.
Right. You see one of the guards shift their spear to one hand, sort of look up to like a rampart above the main double doors and give a signal. And you see the two enormous main doors that were open to you when the manor was hosting that party slowly begin to creak open with a great noise. And they click into place on either side of the bridge, and the guards look at all of you. You follow, and they begin bringing you into the manor. The entire building is quite clearly in a state of mourning. The pristine cleanliness of the building during the celebration has sort
I've
of
only been 4 days.
fallen to the wayside a bit. There's cobwebbing in the chandeliers. The furniture is all kind of covered in a fine layer of dust. The gas lamps and the sconces on the walls are dim, if not entirely unlit. There are a lot fewer guards and servants running around than the first time the group was in the manor. They're all sort of just idling about. But as the group walks past and they catch sight of you, you see them whispering amongst themselves, sort of eyeing you, and particularly Alaric, with unease. And eventually, the guards lead you to a room with a much smaller, less ornate door than the ones that are sort of lining the walls of this palace. They swing it open, and there's an immediate wave of sort of dusty heat. It's stuffy, like it's been inhabited for quite some time without leaving. And you are led into a sitting room that looks like it's been more converted into an office. There's stacks of papers everywhere. Folders and sheafs of parchment are sort of strewn about. There's a couple desks that don't match the rest of the furniture shoved into opposite quarters of the room. There's blankets on the couches, and clearly pillows meant for sleeping instead of decoration, all brought there. And you see, sitting at one of the desks in the far corner, is Urias, your host for the gala on the night you all met. He clearly hasn't slept. There are dark circles under his eyes. His hair and his beard are unkempt, and they've grown out quite a bit. His cravat and the buttons of his jacket are completely undone. And at this point, you also see on one of the far couches, Renley, Urias' wife, laid down on a chaise longue. She is not dressed at all. She is in a dressing gown.
Sorry, you said she's not dressed at all, and I was like, what?
Avert your eyes, gentlemen!
Titties out.
Where Urias is at least in an attempt at his usual clothing, Renly looks like she's been wearing the same thing for days. She's in a dressing gown that is wrapped about her. She has no shoes on, and she looks thin.
I would like to go to Renley for Urias, and I sort of explain, like, I'm so sorry we did not complete your task. Instead, we followed through with bringing him alive.
You should know they are within hearing distance of
Yes.
each other? Okay.
This is sort of to both of them,
Yes.
but like a little bit as like an explanation. Like, he has cursed us. Like, I won't explain what the curse is, but I'll explain we've been cursed, and he is the cause. He is the only lead that we could have to getting uncursed. I just want to kind of explain that so that they don't do anything drastic with him.
Immediately the both of them look up upon hearing your party enter the room. And even as you speak, you can see Renly is a bit disoriented. But hearing his name, she looks around and her eyes find Alaric, who the guards have cuffed in the meantime. And you just see bitter, upset, just wiped itself across her face. She looks thoroughly disappointed seeing him alive. Urias, however, where there is bitterness and a sort of despair in Renlay's face, Urias' face is one of rage. Seeing the man that he believes responsible for his daughter's death he's not handling it well. Both of them are clearly exhausted and not able to manage themselves the best at the moment. Urias eventually is the one to step up, even though they've both stood from where they were sitting before. What happened?
Our friend just explained it.
Yeah.
You were cursed. I understand that, but there was a fight.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
There was a fight. He was not particularly forthcoming with any information, and in the battle we were cursed. We detained him and we have brought him here.
You see Urias level his gaze with Alaric, and both men just stare at each other for quite some time. Alaric still gagged, unable to speak. Urias perhaps unwilling to. Is there anything that we ought to know from all of you before we take him away for questioning?
Well, we're probably not going to get anything. Sapien Sanctum tried interrogating him. We tried interrogating him. He's not really been forthcoming, so...
He's not a big talker.
So, yeah. He's probably going to die before he gives us anything useful.
Yeah.
The Sapien Sanctum, so my message to Viraldi was successful, that she managed to find you.
Yes.
It was a big help.
That she was. Cool.
Otherwise useless, so I am glad that at least one of my efforts was helpful. We will handle him from here. It's at this point that you hear a sort of a slamming noise, and you see that Renlay has slapped a hand down on the end table by where she was sitting, is gripping the edge tightly. She sort of looks at Urias with deep anger, and then storms out of the room. And Urias lets her go. As I'm sure you can imagine, the atmosphere has been intense. Now that the funeral is over. Regardless, I am grateful to you. And we will see to it that you are compensated. Is there anything you wish to tell me not in his presence? And you see, at his words, the guards take the cuffed Alaric and start dragging him out of the room.
I don't think we should tell anything else about the rifts. The more information gets out, the worse we're going to get.
Yeah.
I think your simplest solution would just ultimately be execution.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like much for the talking or just cooperating.
Repenting.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that either.
He believes what he did was
Right? In a sense.
He's the good guy in his story, but not in everyone's.
They always
Clearly not everyone's.
most people tend to be the good guy in their stories, even though they're wrong. I don't know. I think it would just be easiest.
The only reason that I could think of to keep him alive is selfishly for us. But that is up to your discretion.
I'm sure before they lop off his head, there'll be interrogations.
The only thing I'd say, if you have any magical contacts, I know magic has ways of making people talk, or at least delving into their minds, but that might be either A, expensive, or B, you just don't have those contacts.
I can kind of do stuff like that, but I don't think it's gonna work on him.
I also
Solutions are there, it's just a matter of if they can work or not.
I feel as if the
Trying to
longer
face clear, taking a round hole.
days alive, the more at risk he will be. And he looks over at where the wife left. I think one way or another, the decision may be taken out of your hands if you don't act soon.
I will admit that after burying my daughter, that I'm beginning to see things the way my wife sees them. We will attempt answers, and it seems that a more finite solution may be the best course of action past that point.
You're a good person. The fact that it took you this long to get to that conclusion proves that most people would just take the easiest solution because it's what will allow them to move on quicker. It took you, us leaving, us coming back, burying your daughter to come to that realization. You're a good person.
Maybe the only person that sees it that way. But I appreciate the consolation.
Killing's easy. The hard part's living.
Speaking of bearing, there were quite a few people who were killed by what became of your daughter. It must have been awful. Different relations.
Yes, there's been a great deal of fallout there. It is hard to reconcile my child with the thing that was in that room, and the families of the victims only see her that way. So there have been some terse discussions. In the moments after her funeral, no less. Grief does not wait for anyone. Regardless, I did promise compensation for your efforts, and I will be getting that to you momentarily. There's one more matter that needs to be attended to first. I'm unsure if he's arrived yet, but there is somebody that just a moment. And you see as he starts walking towards the door, before he can even get there, it opens up again. And there are two Silver Guard members standing outside with a figure standing behind them. That will be him then. You see the Silver Guard members step aside. This seems to be what your eyes was waiting for. And they part ways to reveal a figure stepping into the room. On the taller side, an Erichor man. He has the head of a peregrine falcon with dappled black and white wings. He's wearing a very fine, well-tailored coat with epaulets and several badges and medals on his front. And there is a rapier at his side. This is who you see.
Bird up!
Hell yeah.
God, game recognizes game.
2 birds.
2 birds and 1 stone.
Oh yeah.
There can't be another bird around the cat, no.
Goose on falcon action.
Squaw! The Galkin.
No.
Yes, so Uriah's
The feast.
The fleece.
The golden fleece.
Urias goes up to greet this man and extends a hand to shake. But before he can even get his arm halfway out, the Erichor man is taking a knee in front of him and bending his head. I am terribly sorry for your loss, Sire. Quite alright. Please stand. You can see Urias looks deeply uncomfortable with the motion. And the man gets off the bent knee, turns to look at all of you. And Urias gives a look over to him before turning back to all of you. This is Erichor Sturk. He was a member of the Silver Guard and our personal battalion for quite some time. He has since retired. You may recognize him, though. He was at the gala where all of you were witnesses. There's an ongoing... There's no delicate way to say it. Irregardless of what happened in the ballroom, there is an ongoing investigation. And he mentioned that he has questions for some of you. And at this point, Sturk looks around. I'm in search of a clover and a veil for.
That would be me.
Right. There are some questions that I was looking to ask the two of you, if you would not mind telling me. There is nothing to be worried about. Rest assured. It's simply a matter of clarification that I was hoping you could offer some insight upon. Rest assured, I have spoken with your patron and you will be compensated as soon as question is over. But as I say, there is...
Fuck you!
As I say, there is nothing to be.
Happy birthday!
This question speaking conducted in private.
Certainly, you beat me to it. I was going to ask if you would follow me aside, just for a moment. We will return your companions to the rest of the group shortly.
So we're just chilling here, doing nothing.
Knew this would happen if we came back. Shit.
If you two would not mind following me.
Of course.
Of course.
And you see Urias and Sturk flanking the two Silver Guards, start walking the two of you down the hallway. With that, we're going to take a quick break.
Cool. Let's go.
Jeez.
I knew it was coming.
And here we go.
Whoa, shit.
Okay.
Alright, pause. I must deal with the horrors. That is going to be interrogation.
Oh,
Afterwards, I would need
Job
that.
break, but
We get like a good cop, bad cop Lego movie. Just
Hi, buddy.
Okay.
James could do that so well.
So, Sturk and Urias eventually lead the two of you down a hallway and into a side
Fuck, I already got the adrenaline and anxiety going. I can feel my heart pounding. This sucks. Fuck.
It is
Yeah.
very
I
sparsely.
get two in
there's the
character.
principal's office.
There is a table and a couple of chairs seated around it. There's really no like extraneous furniture. It's a very simplistic room. It's just sort of seems like one of those rooms that rich people have and don't really know what to do with. So you're all seated at this big oak table. Urias, the two guards, and Sturk take up one of the long ends, and you two sit on the other side, across from each other. And oh, we've lost one.
Maybe now.
Urias opts to stay standing. He sort of braces his arms on the back of the chair. Much like his wife, it looks like he's not fully there. But Sturk sort of leans forward with his hands clasped in front of him. As I say, this is not an interrogation. You needn't be concerned about stakes. We are simply asking some clarifying questions about an incident that went down during the course of the gala prior to his lordship's loss.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I don't trust that whatsoever. Where's my insight?
We got our portion
15.
hey.
He looks to be telling the truth for the most part.
Okay.
Obviously, this is an investigation, so there is some semblance of suspicion, but you don't get the sense that it's particularly suspicion of either of you.
Okay.
There was, as I say, an incident on the grounds. The night passed without much.
Hey, we're back in session 1.
Yeah.
It's like my actions have consequences that I could not foretell.
Oh, no! Consequences to my actions.
As I now try and remember his name.
Nikolai, Halforth?
Damn, he had that on lock. Oh, yeah.
Nikolai Hawthorne Heights.
It appears as though
Correct.
there was, as I said, an incident outside the bounds of the rampage that happened in the wall. The night passed without incident after that instance. However, the next morning, the first shift of guards on patrol came across a body in the gardens, far from the ballroom itself, appearing as though it had been pushed off as opposed to an accidental fall. I single out the two of you specifically because there were multiple witness accounts of having seen the pair of you speaking to this man prior to the incident. We have thus far interrogated a handful of other people that were spotted with him over the course of the evening, but it seems as though the two of you were spotted on the latter half of the sightings that were reported that night. Do either of you recall speaking to a Nikolai Halforth on that evening?
Yes, I do. I talked to him for a few minutes, but then as I recall, he left to go down a hallway. From that, he said he'd be back, and at that point, we were all called into
Indeed. Did he speak of any business of which he was to attend to once he left your presence?
I believe he was going to speak to someone. I didn't really say that.
And yourself?
I talked with him a few minutes during the main festivities. I was looking to make a deal with my name as a well-known merchant. I'm trying to build more of a name for myself. I'm from Stray Cry. There isn't exactly a whole lot of legal business dealings that I feel like
Indeed.
dealing with in that area. So I'm trying to get away and hopefully provide for my mother and eventually move her out of that city. Or country, I should say.
What sort of business dealings were you aiming to conduct with Mr. Hartford?
Some basic funds, get me off my feet, hope we would pay him back later,
A loan, so to speak.
so to speak.
Do either of you recall him perhaps mentioning any enemies he might have made? Perhaps any partygoers he could have offended at any point? Anyone that might wish to see his untimely demise?
I'm afraid my speaking with him was only very brief. I mostly introduced myself. I'm from House Vanderbilt. My masters asked me to speak with him for conducting a trade with some of the gem mines up north. But other than that, I wanted to work with him.
Business of your masters, you say. This was
Correct.
the only that you had in speaking to him?
That is correct.
Business deals. Right. I don't mean to insinuate anything. We are quite aware of Mr. Halforth's perhaps shifty reputation amongst the nobility of Jorhat. It makes one question why you would seek him out specifically amongst all of the nobility that was in attendance that night.
I myself can't say. I'm only doing my master's business. This is the first I've heard of shadiness. My masters knew of that. They didn't tell me.
I'm trying to get off my feet. I searched around in Stray Guy for a little bit. His name popped up. I don't know any business dealings he had there per se. A lot of nobles have their fingers in Stray Guy's resources. So I thought a low-ranking noble doesn't seem like he's gonna be that uptight about who he does business with. I'll find maybe squeeze some money out and get me off my feet.
If it's not too much to ask, what would shadiness? I should
much that I am at liberty to say at the moment. But, well, if you'll forgive the crudeness, it is the sort of wrongdoing that comes standard with the members of politics around these parts.
Oh, yeah, that means so much.
Your standard bribery, perhaps some.
That does make things awfully interesting.
Yes, well, there are many rumors circulating about him. And the reason I ask these questions is because many have reason to see him as he ended up. This is all you know about Mr. Halforth. You did not see him past this point in the evening. You do not recall him interacting with any perhaps shady characters, either of you.
Not that I can recall. I had to go for a smoke break later on. I never saw him again.
I was in the antechamber when he left. I'm sure people saw him. And I then went from that chamber to the main room.
Give me a deception check.
Clover dice, clover dice, clover dice. Oh, deception, I don't. Can I make a persuasion?
Deception.
You are lying.
You are
Ah,
My man.
Piss it.
not good.
Ruh-roh.
I'm here for 6.
Yowzer.
You rolled a dirty 20.
Oh!
Ruh-roh.
I'm here for the drama.
I know this ain't good for my heart.
As you
be fine.
speak to Stirk,
Squaw.
not the right bird, but he does have an eagle eye, and you can sort of see the gears in his head turning a little bit as you speak. You did not see Mr. Halford again at any point during the evening.
No, sir.
It is funny that you... A smoke break, you say.
Correct.
On one of the balconies, I would presume.
Yes, but he didn't follow me. He's very averse to smoking, and unfortunately, being from Strike High, I developed addictions in my youth that I'm not very proud of.
I see. Well, it is contradictory to some of the witness accounts that we received this evening, claiming that the two of you were speaking on said balcony.
I don't like recollection of that. Then again, my mind's fuddled from a lot of different things I've done in my youth.
So you claim that you forget the entirety of an interaction that you might have had.
No,
with
I'm
Mr.
saying
Halford.
that I did spike with him. We tried to get a deal done. I went out to get a smoke break. He did not follow me. That's all I know.
So you do not recall at any point being on a balcony with Mr. Halforth.
No, sir.
Make another perception check.
I should not use my D4 that early. Slightly better.
Okay.
14.
You got an 11. Right. Several witnesses have admitted to their own enjoyment, shall we say, of the libations of the Silverback estate, so perhaps we can go back and re-establish a timeline of what happened that evening. In sobriety, perhaps we will have clearer answers from some people that we've spoken to before, but do not be caught off guard if we return for further questioning with you later on.
I'm not saying I'm going to be running, but this group of my fellows, we're kind of all bonded together and we all have our own motivations. We're probably not going to be staying here that long. If you wish to write me letters or try and find me afterwards, that's certainly available. I just don't think we'll be staying here consistently.
Rest assured, if lack of communication is your concern, I may be retired from Silver Guard, but we have connections everywhere. We will quite easily be able to get in contact should it come to that.
Understood.
But as I say, there is no need for concern from either of you. we just needed to ask a few clarifying questions.
Of course, I'm happy to help.
We have been sorting out some affairs with Mr. Halforth's remaining family, so if anything comes up in that regard, in terms of business dealings, they will come through us and we can pass that information on to both of you, should it come to that.
I think if Mr. Halforth was involved in shady dealings, I don't think my masters would want to go anywhere close to that.
Entirely understandable. Perhaps you should communicate with them on the front of investigating those who they wish to contact to prevent something like this from happening in the future.
Of course. We are from the north. We don't know too many.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
What do you think your headspace is like right now?
Headspace?
That's a good question.
The headspace?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think you're still in front?
I think because of this moment, people would probably realize that having someone who can speak like this is important. But I think a few of them are probably rabble-rousing at Clover. Particularly the ones that were torn.
You can sort of hear the clamoring in the back of your head a little bit. You feel a couple rise from their bunks, but not enough to sort of take the driver's seat, so to speak. You manage to keep a level head enough that you stay in front. Stirk looks at both of you, looks over at Urias, who gives him a nod, and then returns his gaze back to both of you. Right, as I said, should there be any further questions or developments, we will be in contact with whomever it is applicable to. But in the meantime, you are free to join your companions. I'm sure it's about time you all got some rest. Well deserved for apprehending such a heinous culprit. If you like, I can walk you back. Or I can allow the guards to. I would understand if you would like some space from me. These interrogations are never a pleasant experience.
Oh, I hardly call this interrogation. I was mostly asking questions.
Right then. Perhaps it would be best if I saw his lordship back to his chambers. And you see the two silver guard that were standing on either side of Urias and Stirk step up. And one of them goes and opens the door and gestures out for the two of you to leave if you so choose.
Walking out.
Fall asleep.
Alright. You see Stirk and Urias travel in the opposite direction to the two of you, and eventually the guards lead you back to the room you all stayed in before. The other four of you, you now see Clover and Valefor stepping into the chambers that you all share.
How far away is the Roseville Theater from here?
Ooh, good question. Let me look at my map.
Also,
That
things
was-
in this town. I need to.
That was the one that he
We
saw.
might
in his
split.
Which one?
We might split the party.
You're right. You're right. Oh, he doesn't want to go back there, huh?
Because I also did.
We're going to Broadway, baby!
I don't think we got the money for that right now.
We could in a
Clover,
moment.
I do believe that at some point you and I need to have a long conversation. You're saying.
What happened?
Did you pick a city for the theater, or is this something we discussed?
Um,
I think it was just said that it was
somewhere in
Jawhead.
It's
Jawhead. Yeah,
Fabulous.
that's up to you.
Okay.
Is it also too much to ask if retroactively I could have used my fellow attunement when Erichor guy was nearby?
Remind me what that does?
Sees me.
That's the thing that.
Yeah.
That's the thing that.
Oh shit!
That's the thing that outed Bill in the very first
Shape
session.
shit. Oh shit. Where is it?
Shapeshitter.
I should just have this stuff
I do
highlighted.
think Amon is disgusted at Clover.
Aberration, fiend, or
is
shapeshifter,
that?
or undead.
He's a bird.
Just checking. I have to check. I
He's a
use it 6 times a day.
Hey,
I'm not
It takes a
doing
bird to
enough,
know a
but I do
bird.
see what's happening here.
You don't meet 6 new people
I
in
mean, I
a
got
day,
an avian.
usually.
Squaw.
Squaw. Avian man.
That and Bjork, probably. That and Bjork.
What was
Keeping
that?
that in mind.
Buford.
Okay.
You got too many fuckers in that head of his.
Who many?
Yeah, you are all in the same room again, post-questioning.
Sure. Long private.
The Rosefall... Give me a history check.
I need to talk to you.
10 plus. I
Talk to
think
me.
5, but I think
I have to
Session,
do
but now I
things
gotta do it
as
you
well. I'll
first.
talk to everyone, but I have to go.
I just want to show you
it's
something.
probably like 13 to 15. Work.
Thwack.
God, Grace, why you give me
That was
anxiety?
I had a lot of fun, so I had nothing to hide.
I know, and I was sitting here like, how do I figure out words? As soon as they said smoke break, I'm like, shit.
Liam,
Kevin
Kevin
having so much
multiclassed
fun.
into
Liam
eloquence by
shitting
himself.
Well, it's like I
So,
forgot I didn't take
we
deception.
established that
Bitches
you
trying to
know of it
turn
and
me. Nope.
I've been there before, yes. You know that the Rosefall Theater is located in Inessa.
Inessa.
Loch Ness.
So, yeah.
I-N-E-S-S-A?
I-N-E-S-A.
Ooh, that's way fun.
Yes. I can spell my own names.
I-N-E-S-A.
Oh, weird.
It would be about, depending on the time that you make, a day and a half to 2 and change days of travel to get there from where you are.
Okay.
What do you want to go home?
I might write a letter then. I will.
Send me that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is getting to the evening time.
Closing
and you can
time.
sort of see the sun setting ambiently from beneath the gap in the door. And it's the first time you all have been alone and indoors and thoroughly protected since you started this adventure. Misadventure, perhaps would be a better term.
Misadventures.
How it got here? What the fuck?
Carrion has been consistently taking out that piece of paper of the dream and has just been glancing at it. Like from the point where they've been making this journey all the way back. Like he's just been consistently doing that. Then he'll also keep trying to draw, see if he can foster a talent.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Give that man advantage because he's such an artist. Oh my god!
He don't need it. 18.
Plus
Plus
whatever.
Plus my performance, 25.
Damn!
What are you drawing?
Also,
I can model for you.
2 balls.
Here is an error.
He's drawing. He goes through a lot of things. He does draw all of the faces that he's seen on Veilfloor.
Oh.
So he has those. He keeps them in private.
Oh.
He.
So that would be 3 for you, right?
yes, 3. You've seen 3 so far.
Yep. So
What about
he
the,
writes
Two-Face?
all those
And
down.
that counts as the third.
That's the third one? Okay. I
yeah.
couldn't remember if we...
So everyone has seen Veilfor and Madibus.
Does he have like a drawing book, or is it all just like
It's
loose
all
paper that he's like scrunching down into one?
I mean, unless you think you would have been carrying like a sketch pad or a
Probably
notebook with
not.
you, then yeah, it's probably just loose paper that you
He's
collect.
drawing on like his
Uh-huh.
clothes.
With the glitter pen.
I imagine he has like 3 pieces of paper. The Vilfor one,
places.
he'll fold over the faces just to be nice and a little extra room in case he wants to show him any more faces.
Such a wet.
He'll start sketching out new outfits, and they're just real like as good as he is. He doesn't have a sense in fashion, so it's all like he draws his costume with a scarf and he didn't like it, so he draws basic clothes with a scarf and he didn't like it, and he starts like doing everybody else's clothes with variations with scarves and he's just crossing them out, not liking them.
I fucking hate scarves.
He tries to incorporate new ways to wear scarves, and it's not really going well.
How many ways to wear a scarf?
We got a cross, waistband.
Yeah, across the other way.
Sash.
I think
Mopping over the
consistently
head.
that paper that he drew his dream, he flips it over, and anytime he has like a memory of it or has a feeling that he doesn't like, he just sketches whatever comes to his head.
Yeah, you managed to do all of this with relative ease. It's not a muscle you've tried to flex before, but it's coming very naturally to you. Almost as if it's muscle memory that's not quite yours.
Carrying Ross.
Yeah.
Look at this little scarf right here.
Happy little scarves. Even if perhaps the scarf-based fashion you were drawing is not the best, the form of it is quite excellent, and you find yourself
Real
doing
good
it
at fabric
all the time.
physics.
Yeah.
I think the last one he's doing while he's in here, he has his last piece of paper, and he's sketching as small as he can, so he has room. The image of Delphinium walking like along in the forest for the first time, trying to capture that moment as best he can, while also leaving room for other things, of course.
Right. Yeah.
Because you only get 3 pieces of paper in life.
Right. That's how that works.
Ever.
You only get 3
Forget my
pages.
spell book.
Yeah.
The
I can't
5,000
take that
phrases that you have in there.
Yeah. It's just biblical greed. That
Yeah,
much
I can't-
paper.
I can't take more of Antony's paper. That'd be rude.
Alrighty.
Take goose paper.
Let's see what happens first.
Cool.
What the fuck does that mean, man?
Terrifying.
I did want to talk to Clover at some point.
That's gonna be a long chat. Actually, no, that's gonna be a hot minute.
Before this happens, just speaking of Clover, Clover, how long has it been since you've used?
When was the day we left the
I feel like I'm gonna
manor the first time?
It's been a couple weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
Been a while.
I'm gonna smack both of y'all.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm still writing my letter.
Are we still in the? Are you
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this in the room? Or
We're
we
doing
got-
this in a room.
We're doing it in the room with
We're doing it in the
everyone
room.
else.
In the room.
No, not with everyone else.
Me sitting in my corner.
I could have sold you out so easily.
Pause. You want this in our personal chat
Yes,
or in your
please.
specific chat in the channel?
Let's do the Clover chat in the Discord channel. Sure.
Continue.
I could have sold you
Playing
out
cards
so
in the corner.
easily.
I wanted my cards.
You could. I very much appreciate you.
So you're going to tell me who you work for. And I don't want you to say that it's your business, because it seems right now you've made it also mine. And here's the thing, is that I have to tell my superiors what happens, and they're going to wonder why you killed him. And you seem like a very charming fellow, so I assume being an assassin was not your first line of work. I assume that perhaps maybe you fell in hard times, maybe someone died, and now you're left with mouths to feed. So either I could know, and I tell my superiors this, or they find this all out, and they get ways for you to talk, just dealing with those mouths to feed.
You killed someone?
Yes, actually he did. So
You're
I
an
was actually
assassin.
supposed to. The reason
Sorry.
I came,
Are you surprised?
The reason I came to this guy in the first place to talk trade with a man, Nikolai Falworth. Clover took him away from me and seemingly pushed him off a balcony. All before we were all brought to the center.
Oh,
To
that's cold.
And we already know of Clover that he's working for someone because the progeny seems to know. So I am demanding that You share. Who exactly are you working for?
I'm gonna text you something real quick.
I do apologize.
I get
for,
nervous, Hans.
I do apologize for bringing you all into this, but
Well,
seeing
I mean,
as
we're all-
Clover might have been imprisoned and we have binding runes on us.
I was gonna say we're kind of stuck together.
I mean, it seems fair. Everyone knows your secret. It makes sense that
We don't
we
know
all
who he
be.
works for.
You're an assassin.
That's
Not quite.
bounty hunter is probably the acceptable term he would use.
Yes.
Mercenary type beat.
Effectively, and that I have not exactly been secretive about. I've told you all I have done bounty hunting for a while now, and that has been my job, mostly against my will.
Ah, against your will. Interesting.
What is keeping you there?
Protecting someone?
Various factors.
Interesting.
Can I make an insight check? I'm against my will.
Against your will?
Yeah, I just am
Interesting.
curious.
Make contested deception or persuasion. Clover.
Go into that?
Yes.
I'll go persuasion.
Oh,
Yeah, let me just...
7.
Well,
Whoa,
insight, 24.
I will let you tell them as much as you think they should know.
He's telling the truth that it's various factors.
Was it against
that
his
was
will?
about against the will part.
Yeah.
Okay.
What factors?
And who? Because it's all actually in our best interests if we find this out now, because we are...
Unfortunately.
we're kind of all a group now.
Yeah.
A band, one would say.
Is someone threatening you? Threatening someone you care for?
One question at a time, we'll get to the different details. Yes, there are various factors. Stray Cry isn't exactly a kind place to a child. My dad had a gambling problem. He died before he could pay his debts. My mother fell sick when I was young, and now I'm the only one who can make money. It started small, odd jobs here and there, ran into trouble, pissed off the wrong few people, and it escalated quickly. The main factors are debt I'm paying off for my dad and the own debt I've created, and my mother.
So who do you work for?
That would be the Silk Circle.
Do I know anything about this circle?
Give me a history check.
Of course.
Would I?
I would say you do have base knowledge on the Silk Circle, even without a roll.
Do I?
Probably not.
Who else wants to know?
It's a nice clothing material.
Silk
Ooh,
Jackson.
silk.
That's what the scarves are.
Okay.
I'm not taking notes right now. I gotta figure out roleplay. Someone else can
I
take
didn't
notes.
roll, but like.
What information are you trying to recall about the circle?
Have I ever infiltrated them? Has my masters ever had dealings with them that involved things that I needed to do for them?
You have never worked for them directly. They are a very selective sect, and they very much keep to themselves and their own dealings. They're very loath to trust outside organizations. You run in similar circles,
Okay.
and so it's almost like a three-way Venn diagram of your people, the Silk Circle, and the Cobalt Suns.
Okay.
You're not quite sure who's at the center of that triad, but you have definitely dipped your toes into their
I think I know
dealings
who you work
before
for now.
without directly working with them.
Okay. Against them at all?
It's possible, but you don't know of this directly.
Okay. But they're another sort of organization.
Yes, they are the main group responsible for the dealing, creation, and distribution of drugs throughout Erichor.
Okay.
Is that like the base knowledge that I would?
Yes.
Okay.
Too many tabs.
Plus
And all of them are pointed at very
Plus some other things, but you know.
So yes, that's who I work for.
Well, shit.
Interesting. I guess that explains drug use.
Yes.
Do you not know? They are primary manufacturers and distributors of drugs throughout the continent.
They're not good people. Not good people.
I see.
And you fell into them, hmm?
Yes. Unfortunately.
How interesting.
Do they still have you, Mom?
It's not that they have her, it's more of a matter,
They know where she is.
yes. And no matter where I go until I get out of this exactly, she would never be safe.
How much do you owe them?
More than I'd like to.
Well,
That's not
Over
a
under
number.
1,000.
That's not a number.
Over.
Over 1,000 gold, Clover.
Over 10,000.
I don't remember what we said. I know it was a lot, but I don't remember what it was.
Callahan.
It's the more pressing debt is that of time.
That's right.
Frustratingly vague.
Of course, I can't give you all my secrets.
I got a secret.
10.
Let's share
It's
all of our
1,000.
comments.
Sword of truth.
So
I wish.
he's gonna reach into his pocket. So I know you know a lot of different things. Do you know exactly what this is?
What is it?
I'm holding out a cigarette, bone dust.
Give me an investigation or a perception check, whichever you would like.
Drug check.
Correct.
Make a cartel check.
Is it perception
Oh no,
or...
they're gonna be making the drug check for me soon. Oopsies.
Crack check.
Natural.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
You know exactly what this is.
Yeah.
This is.
Code for guys, go. Know your drugs. Hoorah, hoorah.
Let me
Good at
pull up
knowing
my
your
little
drugs.
document.
Yeah.
You're just trying to identify it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know, this is bone dust. It is one of the most addictive and dangerous drugs that is available throughout Erichor. It is one of the primary exports of the Silk Circle. And you know that there have been many casualties to this drug, and not always necessarily by the user.
So unfortunately, when I was young, I met someone I cared for a lot, and they started getting me hooked. Little did I know, they also worked for the Silk Circle. So they were my in, you could say. Off of wanting to pay off the debt, and now I am cursed to always want these, and the only way I can get them is by continuing to work.
What happens if you don't get them?
Withdrawal.
Withdrawal's bad, and more than likely eventually it would kill me.
Oh.
So, I'm going to be smoking this real quick, and I apologize for any adverse effects.
So I'm confused on one portion. So who does you owe the debt to?
The Silk Circle. That was
Ah.
my dad gambled with.
I wasn't sure if
Oh,
you owed
jeez.
Well, we were just with
You take it?
He's taking a hit. That's going to be fun.
Okay.
Let's see what rolls.
Um,
So, since I'm
give
in...
me a Constitution saving throw,
Oh dear.
but only add the +1 to your bonus.
13.
13? Okay.
I can never tell what dice say whenever I'm looking at them right in front of me.
Okay.
Progressively moving more and more towards it.
You, for the first time in several weeks, you take a hit. It is an uncomfortably familiar sensation. And there's a little bit of, even amongst the ease, there's a slight pang of familiar dread. And you feel it fill your body, and suddenly there is just energy. Like you feel like you're awake for the first time in 2 weeks. Like you have just had a shot of adrenaline and your body's functioning properly for the first time since you used. And you wonder how you functioned all this time when you were half asleep. And your heart rate picks up, and it keeps picking up, and it just keeps ramping. You feel your heart beating out of your chest. You can hear the blood rushing in your ears, and you can see your pulse pounding in your eyes. It feels like everything warps for a moment. And for a moment, the energy is no longer feeling rejuvenated. It's anxiety. You feel very uncomfortable. But there's no hunger.
Munchies.
So,
Munchies.
not that this is applicable to you, but you are not able to cast spells for the duration of the effect.
Cool.
Which is
Don't give me those drugs.
not that
Oh
it matters.
no.
Again, the next 7 hours.
We were just with people who are talented in breaking curses with magic. Why can't we talk with them? They at least had the beginnings of possibly breaking the curses that we just got on ourselves. They said that they were dark and terrible. I'd imagine whatever you have isn't
Addiction
worse than that.
isn't exactly a curse. It's not magical.
No. Could be.
It's physical, it's mental, and it's emotional. Fortunately, I am trapped at the very end of a rope with their noose around my neck. There isn't exactly much I can do. And I don't know if you understand how that feels like. So sorry I killed him before you could get your deal done.
You've given me so much more.
So you feel like telling us who you work for?
Yeah,
or
right.
I'm the only one who can spill anything.
Oh, you heard who I worked for. I worked for House Vanderlyn. North.
I'm trying to know where the fuck that is from.
This is not a name that you know.
Interesting.
That's not a name any of us would
So,
know.
a house that no one knows, but apparently has dealings with everyone.
Not that I have dealings with everyone. They just have dealings with gem mines and obscura. When I know, it's because of me.
Immersion's gone.
Oh, the music's
There you go.
back.
Okay.
Have I met other people with addiction?
Good question.
Almost like the
I love you, Kevin.
I don't know if you have interacted with anybody long enough to know if they are in active addiction, but you have spent a lot of time around wealthy people, which means you've definitely been around people who have used before in front of you.
I mean, I've used.
So
some of them
I
before.
wouldn't know the basics of how to wean someone off of an addiction.
You can make a medicine check with a very high DC.
Okay.
I was gonna ask a similar, not weaning off, but what I know about addiction. But you're gonna do you first.
Would I know
5.
like anything about this? I don't think I would.
You don't know shit. Drugs scary. Drugs bad.
Well, then
Dare.
I have one clear
Dare.
solution for that.
You would know how addiction works for the most part. You would also know that bone dust is, despite the negative effects, very, very hard to get people off of because the effects are very strong. It's extremely potent.
Okay.
I wouldn't know anything.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Question mark?
It's not something that your family is very concerned with.
Yeah.
Would I know of scary drug? Due to soldier and shit.
Oh,
You know,
good
should.
question. Give me a history check.
Okay.
Right. You want information in regards to
Just if I know what it is.
okay, so you would probably know what it is.
Okay.
If you're looking for like whether or not the people around you
Could I know like what are like the most like the bad effects, like the most severe, like oh my
Give me a
fucks,
history
holy
check.
shit. History, I have a +2 in. Damn. 11.
You've heard stories, but you don't know really which of them are real. You've heard of extreme violence being committed while under the effects of bone dust, but you've heard some pretty tall tales, and so you're not quite sure where that ends and reality begins.
Interesting. Thank you.
You're on some rough shit.
To put it bluntly, yes. That's where my luck has gone.
So that's why you had to kill that person?
Yes. I don't get a say in what I do. I get letters, I get told, and I do my best not to fuck up.
Unfortunately, it's all that you can do at this moment.
Correct. Because it is a vicious cycle that I cannot get out of, and I will probably be cursed to deal with it as long as I can live. Unless by some miracle, which, unless the gods want themselves to come down here and fix my fucked up life, won't happen.
No one's gonna fix your life but you.
And I would love if I could. Right now, I can't.
Right now, you can't, but
Give it time.
you believe that it's unfixable. Sometimes to fix something, you have to do the unthinkable.
I know it's unfixable because I know this path. I know what happens to anyone who gets involved with the Silk Circle. It is you work for them until you die.
Then why not dismantle the Silk Circle?
Oh jeez. Okay, Karen. Hold on a minute,
Oh, you
bud.
think it's that easy?
No.
After hearing
This might be one of the only times
that
we like
it
agree
is
on something.
the main source of
And distribute.
distributor
don't
of
think it's that
illegal drugs, that is very unlikely to happen.
You don't think that as
Then-
soon as I would try, my mother would get tortured, died, and then I'm next? You think anyone around me would be safe as soon as I tried? They know everything. Everyone.
But you seem to push so many people away. I'd imagine that you don't have anyone left that you care about, so it wouldn't matter.
Yes, I push people away because there's nothing good that comes with being with me. Everyone who is close to me dies, either by my hand or some freak accident. So, it's why I didn't really want to be with you all, because I know I am a danger.
Bounty hunter with morals. That's exciting.
Yes, unfortunately, although I wouldn't exactly call my muddy puddle of morals.
Regardless, it's an albatross around each of our necks.
Yes, unfortunately now you are all stuck with me. So I pray that I don't hurt any of you. Or my luck decides you're going to be his next victim.
Well, if any of us are similar, I do think that there are other reasons, other than you, to be cause for concern. So,
No, we have a vampire. We have a drug addict who's stuck under a mountain of debt. We have whoever the fuck this guy is who works. Or it's this unknown entity of House Vanderlyn and apparently knows very much and has infiltrated a lot. We have a blind soldier.
Infiltrated? Who said anything about infiltrated?
I can assume if you're a changeling, that's how your talents can be used. If you're working for your masters, you gather information. That means you're going to have to find different places and enter it to gather that information. It's not that hard to figure out exactly.
Or maybe you're just being dim-witted and haven't heard of a house up north.
Maybe I haven't, but who knows? We have a goose. I don't exactly know what your deal is, silly, but you're a goose, and that's all I know.
I got a few, but
And then we have you, who has physical disabilities, and probably some other problems.
Well,
I already said a blind
Said
soldier.
blind soldier. That's just two physically disabled people.
Two
At
least two disabled people.
yeah, you did that. I think you just said what I am.
You're
just a goose.
You're
I
just
mean,
a
that's
goose.
fine.
I know
you're a
nothing
goose,
about you,
and that is the
He's just Goose.
goose.
We don't know anything about Silly.
We
She's
know that
everything.
his
He's just Goose.
his mother lives in Plater. I think
Yeah,
it was mentioned like once.
We know a little bit about the family.
We don't.
they're
know.
there, but I don't know for how long. If
Yeah.
everything's
so
happening.
We don't exactly know much about each other, and considering we're all stuck together for maybe even eternity.
We're stuck together for a long time.
For a
That's
long
what I
time.
gather.
I'm certain we'll find more. But right now, I think I'm fine with sharing all that. Unless anyone else has any dying questions.
Where are we going next?
See, that's a good question.
It's a solid question.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're gonna figure out where I want to go.
I got somewhere I gotta stop before if we're heading
Don't
out of this
explain.
town again.
So, the X's.
The X's.
The goose is actually Braille.
So there's X's.
What?
One in the south near Asax. One in
Essex County?
one up in Jawhead, and one obscure.
Well, I'm from Asax. This is where I used to be a soldier. So I don't know if they would. I don't know if they've already found that or not. Because I mean, they know their land pretty well. They also send out people a lot of the time. So if they haven't found that one for some reason, they probably have one out somewhere else.
That's
Yeah,
right
if
there.
we haven't found that one,
Like
Then
for all
they
he said,
probably
it's
found
not exactly like you stumble on these
someone
things.
over there.
This one, that's
Like you gotta
That's-
actively be looking.
northeast, southeast.
Oh, that one's all the way down.
Yes.
I would
The
re-
islands?
This.
I'd like to not go to that one immediately.
The islands?
No. No, I don't want to go back to Stray Cry.
Back.
Back.
I heard that it is not.
I'm
Nice.
sorry to pry, but you did kind of open the book on that.
I did.
It did, considering I spelled out half my life story. Why don't we hear about you?
Well, I was born there.
Oh.
Congratulations. Was it from an egg or like?
Well,
I wouldn't exactly say.
how do Eric
congratulations.
Cocker get born? Is it egg?
Are you an egg?
I just
What is
It's my lore. You were egg.
was I egg?
Egg.
I was hatched.
Awesome. That is very wonderful for
If we
you.
go up north.
No, I wouldn't say it was wonderful, but
Well, I mean, you're here
If
now, and
at
I enjoy
all
your company.
possible, I would like to stop in Inessa? Is that correct?
Yes.
Inessa.
Where's
Um,
that?
It is a little bit further north and a little bit east from here.
So close to the Jawhead one.
It's
We
all,
are,
Probably.
It's all right here.
yes.
you put a circle around the top ones, Jericho.
This
You
one.
got it.
Thanks.
And there is a green dot in between two of those,
Oh,
and
and
that
that
is
is-
where I would.
Are you from?
Oh, so we'd be in
No,
between both
but
of them.
So
I
we're
have business.
Your
here.
business. Okay.
You are in
Nothing.
Like the middle.
We
Very
are
middle.
like the dead
Oh.
area.
See, I think that going to ASAX would be somewhat scary because a whole entire military. But I don't know if they have found it already, or if they have, then we give them more time to find it and somehow
ASAC.
siphon it.
Asax would be off the beaten path.
But would they know to look for it?
I think he's saying that.
I'm saying if they somehow
Ah.
stumble upon it,
Yes.
shit will get
Uh,
fucked very quickly.
Are there boats in the
Which is
river between Asax, or do we have to go around the river?
The dancing river.
I can fly over it.
Is this a me question or is this a group question?
I'm asking the
There is a
group.
bridge that.
There is a
Combines
bridge,
into it.
and then there's
Yeah, we
also
can go over the
land
bridge.
that if we go
Avoid
towards
Essex.
Platia.
It's a little bit past the border of Asax, I think.
I think if we hit
Or
the
at least
ones
the icy part of Asax.
we're closest to, the one up north in Jorhad, and then this one, those are the closest, and then we can either go this way or go on a boat.
So the
Or go on a boat and then take the boat around here.
I'm gonna give my 2
yes,
cents.
but you wanted to stay away from Straight Eye.
For now. For now.
Give me a history check, Jericho.
Oh shit.
Could be destination.
Yeah.
Whoa!
19!
Word.
My brain
Um,
big today.
You hear Carrion suggest going by water to Asax. You would know that this is probably not the best idea.
No.
There are ports into Asax, not shipping ports, but for naval fleets. And any
Yeah.
attempt to get there in a boat that you would be able to procure, you'd probably get sunk pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Row!
So
Row!
they would kill us like on the spot if we were to try and go through the water.
But that sounds a bad idea.
Solely because
In like other boats, are they like water walkers?
they have like war boats like we
He's a water walker.
Jesus Battalion.
What
Writing that
if-
down.
I mean, we also could find our way here and then move across land.
Moving different.
But we also
Is there a bridge again?
Where's
the
that would
bridge?
be a good question. We could also try and get ourselves stowaway on one of those ships.
That would be very scary.
That sounds like a
That's-
horrible
They,
idea.
it's more so
No.
like fleets of warships. I don't know we could sneak onto them.
Jacob.
Well, then they have
What?
a
To
lot.
answer your question, the
Look.
bridge is from the very edge of Jawhead into Groag Car by the city of Dinbridge.
Oh, like these two right here?
Sort of. Vertical instead of horizontal. So going up, down instead of left, right. No, up more. From the main continent over the river into that like little hook area. Something like that, yes.
Okay.
Is there anything near God?
That would be
Near Godmouth.
God's mouth.
God's mouth.
Yes. If you were looking to get into the river, into the Dancing River, that might be the best place to do it. Because, hold on.
See, that's probably where I went. Like I probably went through here to get to where I was for the flashlight then.
So, yeah, Groag Car might be. Give me a history check.
Who?
Me?
You.
Okay.
You.
Okay.
Soldier boy.
Oh,
Tell
baby. Oh.
You.
Damn. 16.
Yeah. So, in your dealings, you know that Groag Car is. It's second only to Stray Cry in the madness of it all. It's worn down, but there's lots of not super legal dealings going on there. Where the Vice and Stray Cry is more so on the drug front, this is more on the gambling front. There's fighting rings,
Let's
there's
go
gambling
gambling.
dens, sort of like that. Enough that you could probably sneak in unnoticed if you wanted to go through that way. It's definitely a safer bet than attempting to go in through the Dancing River near Asax. There is almost no transport across the Dancing River from the mainland into the hook of Asax on the bottom because they don't want anybody getting in by water.
So the best place would probably be the what was
The
it
land
called?
bridge.
Godmouth.
God's, oh, from God's mouth.
At the very end of the peninsula, yes.
So that'd be our best bet.
You don't know if it's your best bet, but it's certainly safer than trying to go
One
through
of them.
water to Asax.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in a rush. If we are in a rush, well, how much of a rush?
I think it's more so
My 2 cents.
very concerned about the fact that they could probably use this as a weapon if we don't stop them very early.
Then if
'Cause that would be
it's
horrifying.
quicker to go by water and take the risk to try and like stow away, it's a large fleet with a lot of people.
No, I'm saying we
It'd be
can
easy
just walk
to
across the bridge.
lose ourselves.
The bridge would be good.
History check.
Who?
You.
Me? Oh. Yeah.
My 2 cents are
12.
You do know that it's not as easy as just walking across the bridge. There are silver guards there, and
Yes.
often agents from other associations that are lingering around the bridge and will want to know what you're doing.
So it sounds like it's
Probably not.
going to be the hardest place to get to.
Maybe,
Which is why I feel like we should probably go there.
maybe
first.
there and stray cry might be the most
'Cause-
difficult.
Well,
Going into it
I
because it is horrifying if they get this.
If we're looking at
Yeah,
a
but
place,
it's
if we're looking
the
at a place to
same-
get across the river.
if it's the same strength each time, we have a chance to get those 3 down quicker and then come back to the other one. If it's just the equal amount of strength, it's just in a bad area. It might actually be better if whatever comes out there is just going to come out there
I don't
because
think
it's
anything's
surrounded
coming
by an
out.
army.
I'm saying I think that the army's going to try and use it as a power source for something. Because I feel like there's like crackhead enough to try and do something stupid. Because they go, power source. Let's fuck it up. Let's see what happens.
Well, then that still sounds like no matter which way we do it, we're gonna be coming like.
We're gonna be what?
I hate you people. We're going to be meeting the army, and we're gonna have to get through it one way or another. There's no way around that.
I don't know if we're quite fit to take
Yeah, I
on
could-
an army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there might be a different route to get into.
I'm also still technically part of the army. Because I never officially was discharged.
I don't know if it's easier to get those 3. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be easier to get those 3 and then get the other one last. Whereas if we go for that one, we might just fail and all of them get fucky. Also, we might find things. Along the way
That
to
could
help
help us.
us. I.e., I don't know, maybe a leveling of the up by then.
No, we're level 4 the rest of the game,
I was like,
Ken.
yeah, level you down? Is
Oh,
that
God.
Level us
Go
down.
Back in time.
I feel like it's one of those.
First Thanksgiving.
I feel like it's one of those video game zones that's like, you're not a high enough level for this. Don't do
Come back
that.
when you're level 5.
You walk in and it's like an invisible wall. It's like,
It's
why the
foggy.
fuck can't I get there yet?
Ah, Let me in.
I'm trying to get in.
You keep trying to pass into the border and you keep going, damn, locked. Damn, locked.
1111.
Who goes there?
1112.
I don't think that this is right for me.
Bethesda phasing into nothing.
This door
The
only opens from the
walking.
other side.
Hey you, finally awake.
No!
I used to be an adventurer like you.
I kill you dead.
Stop it, break the wall.
So we're
So
saying
we just
ASAX is off the table right now.
Well, there's a way to get into ASAX.
There's one specific way, and if we get caught, we're all dead.
Well, we know we can go through the water from down
That's
here.
what it's turning into. We can't go through the dancing river. We can't go across the bridge. We can only go through God's mouth.
Jericho, I
Which
got
is a very short walk. Hi.
Jericho, I got a stupid question for you. Water, dangerous way to go and all that. It is an island, correct? Like an island type beat?
What?
What are you afraid of?
ASAX?
No,
No,
it is
it's-
part of the main content.
It's still
a
attached
peninsula.
to it. It's
It's
just
a-
It's
It's
along a
peninsula.
river.
It's
Oh,
a hooked peninsula.
I
we're
see.
saying we can go from there in water in a quick little.
Got it.
And
Yeah,
then we can
this-
go
Love
around.
the word
This is-
peninsula.
That's the scary island.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we
I didn't know if there was another island. I know there's water.
Because the bridge is right here.
Oh.
Any other fleets would be like around this area, but if we go from here
Lisa's good.
and just,
Okay.
So stupid
we
question.
might be able to make it.
Would it?
We could go through God's
Could I just?
We could go for God's mouth.
I could also, from an aerial view, kind of scout out
Well,
if something's
That's
safe.
also
I
You'd
feel like
probably
you
get
also.
shot in an instant.
Yeah.
They just shooting every random bird that flies over.
A human-sized bird, yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta agree with that one.
I would say no roll necessary. Also, not a lot of birds flying over. ASAX is in constant ice and snow.
We could also shrink you down, and then you can fly.
It's
but I
a
also
po-
do not
you
think
also
that
have-
we would.
It's a possibility.
That just sounds like a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Listen, no matter what we
Wait,
say,
no.
with this
backup.
place is gonna sound like a suicide mission.
Which is why I
No
say we don't
matter
go
what
there
way we
first.
slice
Yes, that is precisely. I fear that it is soft locked for us at this moment.
it. A little bit. We need at least 4th level spells.
Yes. I have second. We have second.
Yeah. I got
So go
7
to-
spell
So
slots total.
I have at least
It's something.
3 votes for no A-Sex.
Yeah, I'm no
Yeah,
A-sex.
that's fair.
So
Someone
remaining
disguise
options
me
are
as a
going
penguin.
north and taking those 2 and straight cry. I think you all can figure out which one I want to go for. Me, and I want to see my mother again, and I have to do business and confirm with the Silk Circle about the last job.
I'm sorry. Returning to that subject, the Silk Circle is powerful, as you said, even though you said they deal in all illegal trade, which means there's a large amount of people who would like to take them down, but that's irrelevant. You can't use them to bring them down. Beside the point.
Yes.
Why not try and get your mother away?
The simple answer is that there's always someone there. They know I am a flight risk,
But what if she dies?
and I still have my own debt to deal with.
Yes, but
Unless
then
I feel
that's...
like wanting to run away and looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life. Don't exactly want to deal with that.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not making myself clear. What if she dies and then that's just on you? Then it's just you and you are free to make whatever risks you want with only your own life at risk. I'm not saying we kill your mother, I'm saying... What if they thought she was?
I have thought of that. And right now, I don't want to take that risk.
I can understand not wanting to make actions without thinking it through. But inaction is just going to put you in exactly the position you think you are going to end up, and the position that you believe will occur. But if you try nothing, that still is what's going to occur. So trying for that whisper of a chance is still better than submitting to the inevitable. I think that's where I'm looking for some hope for you.
And I applaud the effort. And I thank you for that, for barely even knowing me. But ultimately that is my choice, my own, and my mother's. And right now, I don't expect any of you to help me with that.
How much bone dust do you have on you until you're out?
A handful more, not much. And I have other drugs that can help with the kick.
What happens if they think you're dead? Does the debt go to her?
Probably.
It would.
They probably would kill her because they don't think she...
They wouldn't want to get much out of her anymore, so yes. So that's why I try and stay alive and not do stupid things. Why I try to be careful. And I don't mean this as an insult, but if I didn't happen to be stuck with you all, I never would have even told you what I did. I would have left as soon as this job was done.
Well, then you would have just ended up exactly where you've been every day of your life. Is that what you want?
Not what I would want, but what will probably happen. And I'd rather that happen than get more people killed. For me.
So you continue to kill people.
Yes. Unfortunately, I have to.
You don't have to do anything. You choose to do this.
He is under duress.
He's still choosing to do it.
I think most people, no, I would bet everyone who would be stuck in this situation would choose to. And if not, they're a fucking fool.
is your fault. Less your fault than your father's, but still your fault. Because you choose to do nothing.
Yes, it is my fault. It's my fault for being born, my fault for being cursed with this bad luck, my fault for trusting the wrong people, my fault for seeing everyone around me die to make decisions I should say. It's all my fault. I understand that. And I'd rather not keep talking about this. So let's choose where we are going to go. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. So, we have our remaining 3 options. We go north for the last 2, or we go to Stray Cry. Silly doesn't want to go to Stray Cry because he has something there that haunts him.
I'm sorry, silly, but we're gonna have to go there eventually.
Oh, I know we're going there eventually, just like not right now.
Yes.
I want to go to Stray Cry because I have business to attend to and I want to see my mother. So it's basically up to you 4 to choose if we go north or if we go to Stray Cry.
I would like to go north.
That's what I feel as if we go to Stray Cry, it will be out of the way if we plan to hit the southernmost parts last.
I can't argue with that.
It would take time that we apparently don't have.
I don't even know what time we do
is
have
an enigma.
anymore.
We never know how much we have until we don't have any left. So,
It's all
let's
we got.
assume
We got
we
none.
have as much time as we have. And just take it one step at a time. There's no use giving ourselves arbitrary deadlines. Because that's just going to lead us to rush, take risk, and probably get us all killed.
Yeah.
What if we take too much time? We might also.
Yes, we would. So, once again, we're stuck in an impasse because we don't know what time we have. So
You
we
said
really
that
rush.
if ASAPs knew that there was a tear in the veil there, that they would use it.
I mean,
At this very moment, we have not heard any word of this. So I am willing at this moment to not worry about that one right now.
okay. It was more so of a, I think that if they do find out, that there is a high chance of it being used.
In my opinion, no news is good news.
Yes.
So, since we have not heard any news from there.
I think it would be good for us, since you want to go up anyways. We should probably go up and either go to one of the 2 that are up.
Either the one in Jawhead already, either the one in Jawhead or the one in Oscua.
Yes.
Someone is going to use these eventually. If that's what these are, they will be used eventually. It really is a question of who, and the only place where we can, well, I suppose the 2 places we can rightly say might use it is your people and your people.
If they know. However, it is on, according to this map, it's on the farthest island, which, to my knowledge, doesn't have any major cities. I don't think there's anything there really for them to be there for, unless. Damn, is there anything there that I should know about? And that the little
There
tip of
are
island?
no dots. around
Where are
it.
you looking for?
Because here it's at the very bottom
Yeah,
of the
they're
map,
on
where it has
the-
no
it
cities
has
or
no cities
anything
or
notable.
anything.
Unless it's something
that
secret.
particular island in
Yeah.
Stray Cry?
Unless it's something secret that Silk Circle has.
Yeah, I'd say no roll necessary. You haven't heard anything in particular about that specific island in Stray Cry.
So, with that being the farthest island, there isn't exactly anyone there. I don't know if there's any. I don't believe there's any secret hideouts or drug dens or any of that in the island.
That
either.
said, you haven't heard of anything in particular going on there, but it is Stray Cry, so it's not completely isolated from everything else going on in the mainland.
Like I said, it's not a major city, and it's not immediately known what may be there. There could be drug operations, there could be now I'm forgetting important faction names.
So,
Nope, not Silk Circle.
Cobalt Suns.
Cobalt Suns. I don't know if there's Cobalt Suns there, I don't know if there's Veilkin there, I don't know if there's Silk Circle people there, I don't know. I just know it's not a major city or anything there. Now, what goes on in between the lines is another story. I am just a lowly runner, so I am not exactly known in that inner circle of dealings. Although I do know a couple of people who may know.
I guess it all just comes back down to
Do we go
A
north or do we
vote.
go south?
yes. All
My-
right.
My vote is up for Jawhead.
I would agree.
As is mine.
Then I suppose we'll head to Jawhead.
That's what it seems
That's
like.
your door.
Somewhere I gotta stop first before we go there, but
Yes, it's just we won't have too much time.
Well,
Where would you stop?
we gotta stop at home.
isn't that?
I live here. We're in Cheshire, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I live here.
Oh.
Alright.
I'm just around the outskirts of it.
Then we should take a stop there before we hit the road.
So,
Is it late at night right now? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Because
probably,
we got there as night fell.
Yeah.
yeah.
I could
Like
offer
sundown.
I could offer my place for us to rest.
As you say this, you no longer see sunlight creeping in from under the door. It's darkness now.
We don't
Jericho,
have
can you give me a
windows?
wisdom save?
Uh-oh. Yeah. Are the windows?
Hey! Why the fuck you rolling well?
I have no idea.
Why is everyone else roll well and I roll like shit today?
I rolled like nothing.
You gotta add drama.
I rolled twice.
24.
and
How did you math?
I think it was like 10 and 4.
So I can do that.
You,
It's also been us three have been rolling.
as you are having your conversation with the group where you're all deciding where you want to head next, you're sort of caught up in your own head a little bit, thinking about ASATs and who's there and the people that might want to use this thing that you still don't really know what's happening. And it's like time stops for a second. And it feels like there's a thread snapping inside your head. And you feel a rush, almost a sensation of the anticipation of pain. And then it recedes back out of you.
The necklace.
Just take it. If you don't want
Who good?
it, I'll take
I can take it.
it. Just give
Who
it.
can take
If the necklace
some damage?
I can take it.
I can take it.
Are you holding it?
You're talking to a guy who's
No.
a bounty hunter and he's done drugs for most of his life. If you want to deal with physical damage, I can take it.
But if it's magic, I mean,
That's
I've
magic.
dabbled in the arcane arts.
That is true.
We've already seen what happens when I touch you.
But that was you.
Yes,
I
We're
don't
going
know,
to give it to you.
I'm so sorry,
not
Anthony,
to.
but
I don't know
I'll
how
go
it'll-
in this conversation.
Yes.
I don't know how it would merge with the type of magic I have.
Karen is gonna surge forward and he's gonna touch it.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
You
just check.
assholes!
I was gonna reach it towards Vale.
You assholes!
Oh.
I'll take one for the team. You're not trusting me.
Use my
You
guidance.
It's a 3.
9. Wait,
9.
11.
11.
Make it different.
9.
You 9.
11.
You take the amulet into your hand. Are you putting it on or are you just holding it for the moment?
Holding it.
Okay. You definitely do feel almost like an aura of there's something going on here, but you don't feel anything just yet of consequence.
He is gonna take one of his scarves, wrap it up in a scarf, take another one of his scarves, wrap it up, double wrap it, and hold it like a little ball. Does he feel the presence anymore?
It's slightly stifled.
Another scarf.
You have become a clown.
Wait, didn't we say that it needs to be attuned to someone?
So yes, it needs to be worn.
Oh, it has to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You do get the sense that it needs to have a conduit of some sort.
I mean, we had it to you. Now it's magically over
Do I
there.
feel like I'm gonna explode
You
if I put this on?
You don't
It's
feel like you're
also
gonna
a
explode, but you can feel that there is. It's a wellspring for quite a bit of power.
Well, My logic in taking this was that I understand where the two of you come from. That being said, you both work for people that I don't trust, so I'd rather it be in a neutral hand, either mine, yours, or yours. And it almost killed you.
Almost
and it's
killed
almost
him.
killed you.
Well, no, I
That's a
just
question.
caught my breath a bit.
So, me or you?
Question. On the amulet, from the little bit that I did see of it, was there writing on it? Like, no? No? Okay.
There is, what you saw in the temple, it's a small eye with a stone in the center. There's no writing, though.
Do you want to try to give it to me? I mean, it's magic. I have magic.
You
Start
have
with
a
the
long neck.
scarf bowl.
You have a long neck.
Wait.
You can wear it longly.
Mage hand?
It's gotta get attuned to
gotta-
something.
Still gotta wear it.
Yeah,
you
you
just have to
gotta-
wear it.
It's-
You can't keep Mage Hand up forever.
Otherwise, I would have kept it like this and put it in a backpack.
Ah.
You gotta.
All
Someone's gotta be holding it. So here's the ball.
Beholder again.
We'll see who deals with it better.
Wisdom save.
Okay.
Wait, no, you'd have to re-roll it, wouldn't you?
That's a good
Didn't
question.
you have to re-roll it when you took it back from me?
Yeah.
So you have to roll, I have to roll.
Well, no, only if he
No,
takes it
you
back
you
from
have to
me.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be a goose item.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah, you feel that same sort of wave of energy wash over you, but nothing is immediately in pain or seems wrong.
He's gonna just hold this and be like,
That's why I was like.
It was made for you.
he just kind
With
of,
all your neck.
he's like, unwraps the scarves from it. It's like, mage hand helping him with it. Because, so he's just holding the necklace itself and just, oh, sorry, goosenecks it.
Do you feel as if you're about to keel over dead?
No? I see.
We both whipped our heads
Not.
around.
No,
Definitely don't feel on death's door.
I don't really feel any of that.
Alright.
Well, I guess I gotta wear it.
I suppose. I apologize. Is my logic not sound?
I think there'll come a time eventually when I'll have to wear it for the
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to
Well,
pass
yeah.
this around like a hot potato.
Yes.
So, alright.
Wisdom save.
Oh,
This
dear.
is where the nat 1 comes in. 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah, that's why we shouldn't have done something like that.
Quick
Okay.
maps.
It's gotta be
You
Should have
some.
just worn it.
I
You become
I-
catatonic.
I almost wanted Felix. I have an idea.
He's gonna be fine, guys.
No, the fuck I'm not.
You die.
He's really
Silly, you put the necklace on, and it feels like there is something exploding inside your head, and you knock out and hit the ground.
Oh, damn.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Sorry.
Karen?
You put it on.
It's like a Wily,
Maybe
like
actually.
a Looney Tunes moment, like, see, there's no. Oh, my goose!
Neck first crumpled to the ground.
Oh,
My goose!
Karen immediately runs over
Oh, goodness.
in shock and tears it off his neck.
Wisdom save.
Oh.
This is when we all go unconscious because you keep.
Whoa!
20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Adrenaline,
Put
baby.
it on. You are perfectly fine.
I've got this.
With the nat 20, you put it on your neck and you feel nothing.
Yes! Oh my god.
This is fine. It stays here for now.
For now,
Thumbs up.
someone help the goose.
My goose got cooked!
Thank God. Thank God.
A couple of minutes pass.
So shaken.
Minutes. A couple minutes. Yes.
Okay.
Not hours.
No. A couple minutes pass, and Silly, you don't remember getting on the ground.
Do I remember the necklace? Do I remember the necklace?
You remember putting the necklace on, and all of a sudden, all of your friends are standing over you like this.
I'm gonna look up.
Yeah, go Garen, shaking the fuck out of
Wake up! Oh! I'm gonna look at you and go,
Wake up, please.
Drip was too hard, they had to nerf me.
Too much.
He's back to normal.
I put it too low on my neck, I didn't have it set to medium. It looks good on you.
How does it feel? You kind of put it on in a moment and
Are
nothing
you
sort of
all right?
happens. No excruciating pain. I mean, both.
You haven't passed out.
I'm alive.
Well,
Fantastic news.
we don't have an unconscious vampire on the ground.
No.
My goose was cooked.
No, just
I
unconscious.
feel fine.
Yes.
Touches it.
You feel nothing. I mean, you do feel that there's little power there, but nothing immediately pressing. You don't
Some
even feel
fuck shit.
unease.
Does it feel like I could reach out to the power and touch it? Or tap into it?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
You still be playing, Kevin?
I'm sure eventually it'll happen because eventually he's going to keel over.
Yeah. Listen.
Right now, as he
Play it
does the
safe
reach
for
out.
now. 13.
You get the sense that you probably could if you pushed, but you don't know if that's the best idea. You just watched your friend go unconscious from merely putting it on. So actively trying to reach for the energy probably would be a gamble.
His neck's like twitching like a fucking like
In a
like
moment
an inflatable
of,
tube man.
So I get the sense it's in a moment of crisis. Gamble. Maybe.
Oh.
Give me another insight check.
Oh God.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom and talk about
9!
11.
Sorry.
It doesn't feel like positive
11.
energy.
Hello,
So,
bro.
again, you could, in theory,
Yes, bro.
but you don't know if it would do anything to help.
So stupid.
Wow. This feels bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I should tell you what my god guy talked to me about.
That would be helpful.
Sorry. Yeah.
Still in the shower, or?
No, I just assumed it's maybe so I'll wait a little bit.
He told me that
Me in the background with me.
he told me that it is both protection but also a negative energy.
Oh my.
So it feels weird.
Too
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't say. It feels weird, man. It feels really weird. It feels like it knocks a motherfucker out.
Are you okay?
How do I like?
Any damage?
Disoriented, but have you passed out before in your life, do you think?
Probably.
So it feels like any other time you've passed out. There's nothing particularly like, fuck, I'm dying about it. It's just the uncomfortable sensation of when you pass out and your whole body reboots.
I unruffle my feathers.
I have that feeling.
He just kind of
It'll be okay.
I don't know what the worst thing that would happen if one tried to use this power. and
Probably
it went
did.
wrong.
I was told not to mess with it unless it's like. Technically, I was told to stay away from all the tears. But I was like, we're all bound together, and he was like, well,
Told
that
by-
sucks. Me when I remember how to burn.
Castus?
I wasn't sure if it was Cadistus or Castus.
Castus.
Castus. Okay.
cabs
Yeah.
cab driver.
Castus told me again, because I talked to him again recently, that was pretty nice. It's like, we should probably stay away from the tears, and I was like, but we need to get rid of this bonding situation, because I want to be able to walk a mile away
Well, yes.
and not explode. So I was like, hey, what's the deal? He was like, I wouldn't go to any of them. And I was like, well, shit. But then he was like, yeah, the amulet is not good.
Clearly.
As in, it is protective somehow, but it is a very heavy negative energy.
I see.
Okay.
Well, you keep the necklace for right now. It looks good. Drip goes hard.
Okay.
What? Huh?
Outfit. The
All
outfit
right.
He
is
looks good in the.
So after that whole debacle about who's gonna wear this for the next little bit, we have a plan. I say we go straight north, hit the one in Jawhead, hit the one in Oscura, take a port. Probably go to Straight Cry, then Asax last.
That.
This
That
is
is-
good music gallery.
The solid
What we
plan.
agreed on.
Unless we get news
Unless
that they
there's
found
news
something.
that there is something.
Okay.
The likelihood
ASAC
that we're gonna
County
get
decides
news
to go
is,
fuck
I'm gonna say
nuts.
pretty slim from what you're saying. Asax likes to keep to itself.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
The only
words
way we'll
gets
get
out.
news is if
Well,
They're
if,
always just
if
watching
news
everywhere.
is
Well, yeah.
getting out,
The way the
then-
news goes.
then we're probably a little late.
I mean, look, there's some people that escape, and
Evidence.
there's
Evidently.
evidence.
Yes.
There's some people that escape, and sometimes they tell things that they should not tell. So, you know,
Soldiers also gossip too much.
we can. That is true. Soldiers love to gossip.
Yeah. As I
I
said,
love gossiping.
I'm opening up my home to y'all if you want to stay there tonight.
I would appreciate that.
I'm kind of partial to
I
staying
mean,
here.
we're
for now.
already in a.
Doesn't really make sense just to.
Are we not? I
How-
thought we were in like a conference room.
No, we're
No,
not.
we're in
No,
the.
we were back in the
returned
chambers
to
that you stayed in the
Yes.
first
Ow.
day.
Yeah.
How far is your home?
About a mile?
What?
More than a mile. I can think
1.1 mile.
Rolls off the bed. We all explode.
Good morning.
Rise as you.
It's like a visual like outside
trying
the
to-
you see like you flash outside the windows. Boom.
You guys ever play a video game where like the main character has like a radius around them, so other people have to follow them, or they get dragged along with them?
Lego game.
Yeah, it's like that.
So there's a split screen that happens in real life.
I'm busy.
I live on like the outskirts, but like I don't know if
That'd
it,
probably be more than a mile.
Yes.
well, I don't know like in terms of outskirts of how far.
How big is?
We're
Yeah.
probably in the central.
It is
this
a
is
very
a capital.
large city.
So
Okay.
This
So-
is the capital city.
Likely not.
It would take.
I don't really see the point in walking how knows long just to get to another room to go to sleep. I'm just gonna stay here.
I'll be there. There's no
We
like
can
guards
go
and
in the
shit.
morning.
That's fine. I don't care either way.
All right.
Just offered somewhere that's like,
Not crawling with guards.
yeah, not crawling with guards and
Or
shit.
if you wanted, I don't know, privacy.
That as well.
Because I'm assuming we would
Is
have.
there anybody who is
individual
opposed
rooms.
to staying here?
I'm indifferent either way.
I mean, I would like to see the house, but I mean, we can.
How would you
can
do
go in the
that?
morning.
So you know what I mean. I would like to
Touch your house.
witness. I would love to touch your house.
Please don't touch my chimney.
I love to witness / feel.
Oh, I was supposed to change the music a while ago.
It works.
I would like to
All right,
experience
yeah.
the home.
No Delta Root soundtrack.
Nighttime snowed in town.
Yeah.
Well, I
Is
think
there-
that's.
I guess we're going sleepy
I was gonna
sleep.
say, I think that's enough excitement for one night, at least for me.
Bedtime.
I say that's a good.
Well, we do have quite a bit of a journey in the coming days.
Yeah. Honk shit.
As the night winds on, eventually Urias does stop by one last time, and he hands you a sack full of gold.
Our money.
Whoever would open the bag and sort through would find 1,500 gold pieces.
Hey.
Divided by 6, how much is that?
I can
It's
do
about 250 per person.
Okay.
Not about. It's exactly 250 per person. I can do math.
Damn. That was vile.
So Velfor's dead.
That explodes.
Okay, and
I'm so rich now.
you
This is a
distribute
first.
the money amongst yourselves. And
How much is it?
eventually, it's 250 gold a person. If it's split 6 ways evenly, which I will let you decide amongst yourselves.
I mean, we all do
I mean,
equal work.
yeah.
I don't see how you wouldn't split it that way.
I forgot I had 125 gold already. So now I'm rich. I say
money.
as 375 can buy either a lot or very little, depending on
on
where I
what
go. But 375 ain't bad, you know?
Whoever's probably just gonna sit in front of the fireplace smoking and it's just gonna keep replaying the "It's your fault" sentence from carrying over and over in his head.
Do you think you fall asleep there?
Eventually he will.
Can I do something?
Just
before we
enjoy
go to
the
sleep?
crackle of the
Depends
fire.
on what you're trying to do.
I want to say something to Clover. Kind of.
Lovely.
While you're just sitting near the fire, Goose you kind of just feel like the feathery hand on your shoulder. As Goose just kind of goes, listen, I didn't want to say this in front of everybody, but I understand a little bit of what you're going through with the Silk Circle. They're kind of after me too. And he's going to give you a little pat on the shoulder / back, and then
Not to be a nosy bitch, but can I roll perception?
Are you trying
Depends
to
on when
figure
you
out
do it.
this?
yeah. He's
So-
he's kind of like
Or-
neck down, kind of trying to whisper.
or I guess.
Whisper.
Okay.
God,
Stealth
the idea of a
and
little
perception
beak
contested.
right here.
Me, stealth, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I rolled lean. No, you definitely heard me.
My passive is 15.
Homie, I rolled a 2.
I hear it. Yes.
So,
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
That is a total of 7.
Anthony, you do overhear this.
This nosy bitch trying
Do
to
I-
get all details. Give her
Do I also
I just
from the
like to
24
know that-
pass?
Are you actively listening?
If all of your
24
passives are over
passive.
fucking 7, you heard it.
Yes. We,
Because I'm just kind of in my own world. You should have done that whenever it was asleep.
reading.
I'm gonna ignore that.
That's what I thought you were going to do.
If you're falling asleep next to the
Fireplace.
I do think it like I don't know if I'm strong enough to, but like I would like maybe try to get you somewhere more
You
comfortable.
can ask me to
No,
do
it's
it.
just like a normal cat that comes up by the fireplace. It's fine.
Gilbert,
like-
carry the
At
man.
least give you like a blanket or something.
Mage hand over a
If
blanket.
you need me to carry anything, you can ask me.
If you
I
need
don't know
someone
why
to-
I'm carrying
Are
it, but
you
you can make me.
If you need someone to carry something, ask carry on.
Yeah.
Are you blanketing or are you attempting to carry?
How comfy do you look?
Is he curled
Can I
up?
roll?
Roll a comfy check.
Can I
He's
roll
definitely,
insight
like,
to see how
Full
comfy-
curled up, tail swishing every now and again.
Are you like Millie curled?
Yes.
The melting
Insight?
pot.
That's a 8.
It's probably fine.
I give you a little blanket.
That's the comfiest man you never seen.
Just kind of like unconsciously rapid closer.
like a little pat on the head.
Meow.
Kitty cat meow time.
And the evening slowly winds down with all of you relatively safe in beds indoors. And you all slowly drift off into sleep.
Now, who's getting the dream sequence
And we all
today?
level up, I say
Well,
aloud.
Who's going to get it?
Hopeful.
Clover.
Fuck! This is just the Clover session.
You were the only one left who has
He still has it.
Yeah, I have not had a single fucking dream.
Right.
It was a 50-50 shot.
Can
It's
these
the Clover session. I
Do
didn't want
these
this.
dream of other these?
I forgot.
I dream of Wawa.
Grace, I hate this. As soon as you said Clover, my heart's already beating too fast.
Clover, you fell asleep somewhere warm. But you also wake up somewhere warm. But it's a different kind of warmth. It's not the heat of flame, it's the warmth of a well-insulated room. You can recognize immediately this is not the place you fell asleep. There's a little bit of a haze in the air. It's thicker, but you can't quite tell what's making it that way. You open your eyes to a ceiling that you vaguely recognize, but you can't quite place. You are on a bed. You are not on the floor where you fell asleep. And you are disoriented and you're not quite sure where you are until you hear a voice. Oh, you're up.
He's gonna look around, try and find that voice.
It doesn't take long. You turn to the side, and that is a voice you would know anywhere. A satyr with wild curls and a crooked smile. Were you having another bad dream?
I guess you could call it that. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Do you want to talk about it?
Not really. But if you're gonna keep insisting, I probably will.
Well, I do like bothering you.
That's fair. I don't know, it felt like the future. I was working with people. We captured this guy named Ulrich, and I think it was another bounty hunting job. I'm not quite sure.
Trippy.
Yeah, we know about trips, don't we?
I mean, if you don't want it, then, more for me. But
No,
I
no, no,
do
no, no,
have
no,
something
no.
that could make you feel better.
Oh, yes, please. I need something to hit her
Yeah, I
first.
figured as much. And he rolls over and goes into the nightstand at the side of the bed, pulls out what you can identify as a joint of soot, and lights it up. This, forgive me for being nosy. This just, I don't know, it sounds different than the other weird dreams you've had.
I can't quite answer these.
I mean, obviously I'm not in your head, but...
Oh, I hope you went in there to find a little too much there, probably. Both good and bad.
Passes the joint to you.
I'm not quite sure what it was. It's the same but different. I don't know if it's one of those visions that all these people say they get in the future. But I'm not quite sure. That or maybe we just had way too much of a wild night last night.
We have a lot of those.
Oh, certainly. And I wouldn't trade for the world.
Well, good, because you're stuck with me.
Yeah, well, you got me wrapped around your little finger after that first bar trip.
You know I'm not going anywhere, right? There's not a whole lot you could tell me that would make me want to go away.
Oh, I didn't imagine that. We're kind of both stuck here. I got my debts to pay. I don't really know what's going on with you in that end, but this is the only work we can find right now. Kind of stuck here. I got my mother to carry it for, so what can we do?
If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm gonna listen.
That's good to hear. I haven't really had someone to talk to in a while.
Well, like I said, you are stuck with me, so if you're not gonna talk to me, then who are you gonna talk to?
The voices in my head?
Do I have competition?
Nothing you gotta worry about.
Gotta say, voices in your head would probably be a lot less fun to smoke with than I would.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Now stop hogging it. Give it back.
Here you go.
Yep, thank you.
Bitch.
I got it, you dick!
You're the one who started this.
No, that's fine. I just roll your shit for you, light it up for you, whatever. I see how it is.
Yeah, I'm the main breed runner, so I get the gold so that you can buy all this shit.
We'll call it even.
I'll split it 50-50 next time. Don't worry.
If we're gonna be stuck with each other, I'm glad it's you.
I'm glad it's you. We're both a little fucked up, but I guess that's what makes it fun.
Took the words out of my mouth. And there's a couple of minutes of silence. You soak in the company of this familiar person. And you know it's not quite real, but you soak it in regardless. And you stare at each other for a while. And then eventually, his head perks up. Almost in the way a prey animal sort of clues in on footsteps that a normal person wouldn't be able to hear. I think that's all we've got for right now. But you should wake up now. Before they nab that gold you just worked so hard to get.
What?
I'll see you soon. And you wake up. You jolt awake. And you find yourself still on that floor in front of the fireplace. Ashes smoldering. The fire is quieted down quite a bit now. And you turn your head into the room at large. And there's a figure looming in the corner. Enormous. Crouched over one of your companions' packs and rifling through it.
He's going to immediately try and roll over. He's probably a little teary-eyed, remembering everything that happened. He's going to immediately try and draw his crossbow and fire at whoever's rummaging through the packs.
Roll to hit.
Whose packs?
I'm going to say, do I know whose pack it is? Or is it just like, it's in a pile we don't know?
Currently, she is perched over Carrion's.
They're gonna take your blood of the kid!
Fuck!
They're gonna
That
take your drawings.
Also say rolling it at disadvantage because you are in a state and you've just woken up.
Yeah, fair. He's going to shoot. He's going to be like, hey, fucker!
Bring it back to
Wake everyone up!
Yeah, that's going to be a good old 14 to hit.
That misses.
Damn!
Just start screaming.
And
Well, that's why the shout was, boy, fucker!
at the sound of your voice, the figure whirls around, and you can immediately see that the bulk of this huge hulking shape that has taken up all this space in the room is not the body itself, but instead two huge, powerful-looking white wings.
Oh.
They drop the pack immediately, scramble back as they watch the crossbow bolt go over their shoulder, and they look up and make eye contact with you. And you are met with a set of wide, violet eyes. Shit. And that is where we are going to end our session.
Oh.